Good evening, Central Indiana. Welcome to Porch Time Live from JTH Construction Studio, where tonight it's bracket talk. We have four of the best handicappers in the game. Whoa. Well, we got four of the best whatevers in the game. I don't know. They seem to know it all. We'll find out. We're going to do a bracket ourselves. Steak dinner on it. First, real quick, you're live at JTH Construction Studio. Get a hold of Joe at 765-913-8599. American Basement Solutions, Mr. Larry Ralph Sr., 1-877-409-2837. Fathom Real Estate, Teresa Messmer, 765-341-8911. Purdue Boilermaker Basketball out in the first round. Oh, that's wrong card. I'm sorry. Wellsprings, Bob Goodrum, 765-346-6661. I got a look from Willie there. He said that, too.
Well, because,
yeah. Drink the Creek, Cedar Creek, 12 concerts, 26 bands starting May 20th. Stids Comfort System, I went by there tonight and they got tons of gravel. They're doing some work there. Get a hold of Caleb, 765-346-0195. Livewire Electrical Consulting, Tommy Walls, 765-792-4012. Wayman's Furniture Appliance and Mattress, 765-342-4339. Yard Barber, Andrew Payton, 765-318-4108. Logan's Cosmos, 765-318-3388. And last but not least, our gals down at Hometown Nutrition, 765-315-0738, 318.
What a group, is what McCann said.
All right.
We just saw him.
Did you?
Yeah, he was.
Hello, Nicole. Hello, Tyler. It's basketball time, guys. All the crap that's went on all year long doesn't matter anymore.
What's up, McCann?
How we doing, boys?
Oh, we're doing.
Great. Are we excited about tomorrow?
Of course.
How many sheets you got, Caleb? I mean, how many entries do you have? I want to hear how many you guys got.
4 different brackets?
Yeah, different brackets.
You make one bracket. If you make
That's
different, if you make different picks,
I have two.
yeah,
Pull that mic over to you guys.
I have 2 entries, 1 bracket.
yeah. I'm in different challenges, but same bracket.
Yeah, same bracket.
Levi.
I've got 3 brackets.
Also, Caleb and Levi are in the. I'm gonna have Kent State winning on one. I'm gonna have IU winning on one.
Yeah, so they're right no matter what.
This makes me extremely happy. Hello, Kelsey. You should have come in with them and gave us your insight.
That comment makes me the opposite of what she said.
I'm gonna tell you. Unfortunately, she has one.
She
Twice.
copying a bracket.
She's one bracket. She has one
She's
twice.
a bracket copier.
Wow. Have any of you guys ever won before?
Yes, on the Villanova, North Carolina.
Yeah.
So she's won twice. It's kind of like Jordan and LeBron. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there. All right. Boys, I don't know how you want to start or where you want to go, but first off, are there going to be any number 1 seeds get beat Thursday or Friday?
First round.
What'd you just say?
First round.
First round.
No.
It's happened.
Oh,
I know,
I
but-
thought you were saying first round as if it
No.
was.
Like, he was.
Yeah, who lost?
Kelsey said same, Joe.
What?
Virginia. Virginia.
Oh, it was.
Dang.
Any Virginia fans here?
I
think
do
we
like.
have one.
I do like Virginia. I like the way they play.
What side
Believe it
you
or not,
want
I like them this year.
What bracket you want to start with?
South.
South. Let's go
Well, that
south.
makes sense.
Go top.
Wait, I wanna ask a question on how you. I saw it on Barstool on how you guys fill out your brackets, right? So do you
Highlight the first.
do you highlight the first row or do you highlight them advancing?
You highlight. So the question is, if a team wins, Alabama wins here. You're saying you got it right. You highlight it here, or do you highlight it here?
Where you started?
Yeah.
I only highlight my losses.
I highlight when they advance to the second. So like, say Bama beats Texas A&M,
You
I highlight it. I write their name and then I highlight it. But that was not
And you
the.
scratch it out if
Yeah.
it's off.
I just let the app do it.
Do we want to talk about what we like and don't like about the bracket in general before we start?
Let's
or
do that.
You know what I mean? Just like,
Raptors
like
get shafted.
no,
No,
they lost last night.
yeah.
Did you see that at home?
Yeah, at Hofstra, but
Makes sense.
I mean, maybe they weren't all into it.
I know.
Yeah, it's probably hard to get up for.
The one team I think big I paid attention to this that got shafted was Clemson. I think
Yeah.
Clemson got because you think about this. One of the last 4 in was NC State.
I'll never feel bad for an SEC school because college football has just turned into the SEC show.
That is
They're
the
ACC.
I'm sorry. They're going to be in the SEC.
That might be true. There's a lot of things changing coming up.
Yeah.
But they played NC State 3 times this year, beat them all 3
Mary
times.
says hello to all.
They have this. They have the same record as NC State. All those stupid quad things they look at. They have the same quad stuff, but I think Clemson got shafted. Clemson should have been in.
Seating wise, the team that got shafted was Texas A&M.
Agreed.
A&M got shot.
Will they?
They should be where Tennessee is. They should be.
We talked about this the
They
other
should
day.
be higher than a 7 seed, and Tennessee should not be a 4 seed. Yeah.
I was shocked Tennessee's a 4 seed.
Well, Tennessee's record's not great in general. They finished like 4th or 5th in the SEC.
But do they have really a chance to advance a couple games?
No,
I don't foresee that.
no.
happening.
They can win their first game, but they're not winning their second
They're
game.
not. No, they're
Whether
not. Gonna be
I'll tell you what, whether it's Duke or Oral Roberts,
God.
they ain't winning.
Rick Barnes
Yep.
Yeah,
sucks in there. Lost their point guard.
you're not gonna like this.
5-7 the last 12 games.
Honestly, one of the games that I really wanted to pick as an upset, I didn't because of the success of the coach in the tournament. And that is Miami. I wanted to pick Drake so bad, but I chose Miami still because of Larinaga being such a proven coach in the tournament.
I think Baylor and Kansas State are. I think that you're not going to like this. I think a lot of the Big 12 teams got overseeded. Like they're higher than they should be. A couple of seed lines.
I think outside of Kansas, there's not a lot.
I know they're the best conference.
Oh, I don't see that.
I think they're the best
I don't
conference.
think so.
Who do you think is?
What?
Big Ten.
No, I mean it's tough. It's a hard call on who the actual best conference is.
Hey, why is Kansas State the 3 seed and Duke the 5 seed in that region? You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, screwed.
Duke should be a 3.
did get-
There's no reason Duke shouldn't be the 3 there and not
Duke
Kansas
should be
State.
higher than Virginia. For sure.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Virginia should be swapped with Baylor in their region too.
So overall, is
Just
the
bec-
ACC the toughest conference then?
If you look at numbers, you know they played this year, right? Yeah, they did. You know who won?
No, I didn't know.
But Virginia beat them head to head. So
Everyone was.
they have a
down
better
on
record. They have a,
last year, and
I understand.
they
I
showed
understand.
it. No, I'm saying they performed well.
I mean, I don't think they whooped them, but it was a comfort. Like it was
Who did
comfortable.
Virginia. Someone whooped Marquette, or Marquette whooped them. I forget who it was. I
I'm not
think
to look.
Virginia whooped Marquette.
Bring as I look at your phone. That's
wish you
either
could,
way.
bud.
There's a couple of things like that. I think Iowa and Iowa State probably should be switched to, and because Iowa beat Iowa State head to head. They're in the same bracket or same region, and Iowa's a 9 or 8. Iowa State's a 6.
I hope Iowa goes out the first game.
I'm not a big Iowa fan either.
Cannot stand them.
I like to root for the
Who
Big
can't
Ten as
stand?
much as I can. Though.
I can't.
I know what you mean about Iowa. Fran McCaffrey's something.
He's
Yeah.
up against IU.
I liked
And
it.
they just
Yeah.
2 minutes later they're like, we'll take that
Then
away.
we gave up a 21-point lead.
I think the ACC and Big Ten though did get kind of screwed on some seeding compared to the Big 12. But
Was Indiana overseeded?
No.
no, but the reason why that matters though, like you're like, it's not that big of a deal.
Someone
4 and 5 are right there.
It's a big deal because you go from a 1 seed to a 2 seed. The percentages to make it into the Sweet 16 go from over 80% to 63. From just a 1 to the 2 line. So you keep going down, it keeps getting less and less. So getting seeded incorrectly can cause a big difference.
Not only to you, but the teams that you face.
Correct.
Big time.
So I think Purdue got screwed.
Which region do we think is the best region?
I saw him get on there.
Which region?
Which region?
The West.
The West?
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
Steelers
Yeah,
or Purdue,
Kansas.
That's all we'd hear about.
UConn.
UCLA,
Gonzaga,
yeah.
Arkansas.
What did you say? What was the question?
Best region. I think the West.
The Christians.
Oh no, Marquette beat Baylor by 26. That's what
It was. So I'm telling you, I think Baylor's over. What happens is when you're in the Big 12, you play a good team most games. I get that.
That's
but
why Kansas has 17 quad one.
Right, that's misleading. It's just
Yeah.
because of their conference. It's not. Anyway, that is what
So
it
you
is.
think the West is the toughest bracket?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, top to bottom.
If UCLA had Clark still, they'd be my national champion.
Hurt too.
Same. I'll tell you what, St. Mary's is
I was
good.
just
St.
going to
Mary's.
say.
Did you guys
The
watch?
same team that took Indiana to the woodshed last year.
Did you guys watch St. Mary's this year?
National champion.
Those are Mountain West and LSC one.
Yeah,
No, St. Mary's. St. Mary's is West Coast.
I'm still there.
That's it. Did you watch St. Mary's is good? I say they're
St.
good.
Mary's is gonna.
They're a good 5 seed. They're gonna make it to Sweet 16.
They
I
might
think.
beat UConn.
That's what I'm saying.
For everybody that says VCU can beat St. Mary's, it's not gonna happen.
I don't know. I agree. All right. Do we want to go game by game? Now?
How
Yeah,
about one more? How about FAU with the Indiana connection? The guy from Greene County's the coach, and they got Tom Abernathy's son on the staff.
FAU is gonna beat Memphis.
Dude, Memphis is clicking right now.
I understand that.
Who's Tom?
He was a 76er. All UCLA needs is TJ. There we go.
Conference USA, which is where Florida Atlantic's from, they've won their opening game 5 out of the last 7 years. So
7-1.
and they're 30. They have
You can
31.
handle Edie.
They have 30
That's what I'm
wins.
hearing.
You can handle.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah.
These dudes don't know much Gannon.
Yeah, Gannon 2 weeks ago. I use back, baby. 2 days ago, I got him losing to Kent State first round. I gotta lose him. I got him losing.
Appreciate you, Gannon, over there. I did do my research. I got a whole page of notes over here.
All right, where we going to start?
Right now.
Two-sided.
What bracket we starting in?
The South,
So
which
top,
will rise again.
All right. Here we go. Bama,
Tilt that
Texas
mic up.
A&M,
It won't.
Corpus Christi. Is that what it is?
yeah,
Like me.
Bama. Do we need to really talk about that game?
Virginia got beat by one.
Brandon.
I understand. I have let's talk about research. I have a little factoid about that teams who start the season out unranked in the preseason, there's that finish as a 1 or 2 seed. Marquette and Purdue are both those. They struggle to make it to the Sweet 16. They've never made it to the Final Four. So history is not on Purdue or Marquette's side.
So it's baseball season at Mac.
History's not even real.
But Virginia, the reason why I brought that up is Virginia is the most famous team that started unranked preseason, got a 1 seed, then lost to a 16 seed. So those kind of teams struggle to make the Sweet 16, let alone.
It's all about the script. The script had him losing to the 16th seed, and then they had him with the ultimate comeback to have him win the next year. It's just the script.
The script's
So we all have Bama moving on.
Yeah,
correct?
Bama in the first game. Bama in the first.
Maryland and West Virginia, one of those 8-9s matchup.
Well,
This is going to be interesting.
I know where Joe's going with this. We know it has, and Joe knows where I'm going with it, so it doesn't matter.
Going Maryland.
Everybody's got Maryland probably
Listen,
besides Joe.
Bama
I like that Mullican. We're going to talk about that, Eric. I don't know who you are, but
That's the
State over
he
Marquette.
He resolution
Hang
of
on,
the
we
jail
gotta-
his work release.
Nyla says Bama will probably win it all, but I'm still a Purdue fan. Michigan State over Marquette in round.
Overall number 1 seeds don't win it all.
3 times. So
The
forth.
East
I know,
is the
they don't win it
Purdue,
all.
Marquette,
3
Duke,
times
Memphis,
they
Oral
did.
Roberts, K-State,
You're wrong.
FAU,
Okay.
Tennessee, Providence. All right. 8-9 matchup, Maryland and West Virginia.
I'm picking West Virginia because Maryland can't win away on the road. They can't win on the road.
It's not a road game. It's a
Well,
neutral
it's not
site.
at home.
It's not a home game.
But
It's a
it's not
neutral
at home.
site.
Thank you, Nicole.
They struggled to score.
West Virginia struggled to win. They were like
But
7
they're gonna turn it
11.
around. Right. But they're 6 of their last 8 though.
So does the consensus of the room go with Joe? Or
No.
No, we're
They're
all
against
Maryland.
me.
Maryland.
They are against
We're all
me.
Maryland. That Young, the guard for Maryland, Young, the transfer.
So
dude-
we're all
dude's a
you
beast.
guys are all going Maryland?
Yeah.
I
I'm
struggled with
going
that.
West Virginia.
I did too.
Mountain Mama.
Take me home.
They're-
Thank you, Nicole.
I'm not a big Huggins fan.
And then you
either.
know where I'm
not a
going
big
with this
Huggins.
next one.
San Diego State and Charleston.
I like San Diego State.
We're staying out on the coast. We're going San Diego State.
San Diego State. Caleb, are you good with that? Anything to say?
Mountain West.
I'm taking San Diego State.
You want to hear some Mountain West stats, though?
Let's hear some.
They're 0-7 in the last 3 tourneys. 0-7. They haven't won a game in 3 years.
Interesting.
Doesn't mean anything.
They've never made the
It's a new year.
I
new
know.
me.
I understand that. They've never made an Elite 8 either. There's
Virginia.
But-
Furman. This is an upset on some people's cards.
a lot of people's
Furman
cards.
scores a lot of points.
There's
They haven't played a defense like Virginia.
Virginia. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate
Slowest
that.
paced team.
So
in
we going
the
Virginia?
country.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia's
They're like
winning
a
that.
rain delay.
They're gonna be like Coach
That's not-
Byers in high school basketball. One shot.
Furman ain't. Furman's not going to do this.
One shot.
They haven't won.
3 minutes left in the
We're
third
taking
quarter.
Furman.
That conference hasn't won a game.
Shot.
That conference hasn't won a game either. So in a while.
Yeah, Texas Southern. I don't
Gannon
know why
says
people are
Charleston.
on them because
Gannon's going Charleston.
What are
Well,
these
that's-
I like that. I like that upset a little bit more than Furman. Furman's not going to beat Virginia.
What are the things people are sending? 50 cents.
Stars.
Bitcoins.
To the show. 50 cent.
I'm taking Furman, by the way.
Really?
Furman on this.
Furman? Willie?
Just
No.
because it's got man in it.
Virginia's best player couldn't get on the court at IU.
Virginia's best player offensively doesn't matter. Have you seen the offense they run? They run an offense. They have a system. They don't need star players.
You just don't get the system.
How long has that point guard been at Virginia? Like 15 years.
He's done. He played on the team that won. I'd say he's done
Yeah,
after this
quite.
year. But
See, hey?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Reese Beekman's really good too. He's very underrated.
Creighton,
What's his name's not playing though? The white dude with the
Vanderplas. Yeah.
Vanderplas. Yeah.
Creighton and
That's
North
a loss,
Carolina
but-
State. This is another team everybody's hot on.
Creighton could make it to.
Well,
I got a burp. Go ahead.
Or they could lose first round.
I agree. But Creighton's one. There's this talk about teams that are good at offense and defense are the ones who win the national championship. Right now,
They're in the bracket with everybody. They lump in there the 7 teams that have offense, defense.
That's
whatever.
what you finish top 25 in adjusted offensive and
Yeah.
defensive efficiency. Right now, there's There's only 5 teams that qualify, but Creighton's one that's close. So that's why people are taking them far, I think. But they were also preseason.
They have
top
12
10.
losses, though, too.
I understand. I like them in this game now. NC State's got a lot more losses, and 3 of them were to Clemson.
I'm probably going to be alone on this next game.
Baylor and UCSB, the
It
Gauchos.
seems like they're going to be on UCSB and these guys.
I like UCSB.
I've got Baylor.
I got Baylor.
I'm taking Baylor.
That's what I'm going to tell you why I like UCSB.
Tell us.
I'm going to tell you. The last 3 times that a 14 seed has lost in the first, or 3 seed has lost in the first round, it's been a Big 12 team. It's been a Big 12 team. The last 3 times the 3 seeds lost in the first round. One of them was Baylor to Yale a few years ago too. I went back and I just don't like Baylor very much, so I thought, why not?
He's been
Is the Drew kid? Is one of the Drew
Very
still coaching?
anti-Baylor.
Yeah.
very anti-Baylor.
They don't have a Jared Butler. They don't have the guards that they had. Like they think about how good their guards are. They're no Butler, Teague, and I don't even remember who the
what's
third
his
one
name?
was.
George.
They do have cool
That dude's
uniforms.
going to be a lottery pick.
That doesn't mean anything. So was the guy on Villanova.
Yeah, he's good though.
Not,
Whitmore's good.
not in college. He's not. There's a difference.
So UCSB, Missouri, Utah State.
You know where I'm going.
Utah.
We're going Mountain West, baby.
Even though,
Listen,
Does Missouri have anything?
offense. They can't play
Both
defense.
teams have offense.
yeah, Utah State
This
can
is what I'm gonna
shoot.
say. This is what I'm gonna say. If there's one thing that you want to bet on when they play, if like throughout the week, bet on the over in this game because these dudes don't play defense
And they shoot.
and they shoot lights out.
So bet the over of the 7. What is it?
7-10 in the South.
7-10 in the South. Missouri, Utah State. It's in Sacramento.
Well, that's another reason.
He means the line.
Oh,
That's another reason why I don't like certain teams too. I saw like Mark. There's certain teams that are. Furman's like the highest bet upset right now. Usually, like
Fade the public.
That's what you fade the public, and that's one. Furman was one of the upsets. Exactly right.
you guys.
Greg's got a point there. I remember Greg hated Bagley. Duke, he hated him, and
I didn't care for Bagley because I didn't really care for Duke. So
he
it was like,
Greg was right about that one.
Our
at
first
least we
2
weren't high on
seeds,
Trey Lyles.
Zona, who many people are predicting to win it, and Princeton.
Well,
But there are people saying they could upset.
Listen,
Princeton.
just because you're book smart doesn't mean
Mean
you know how to
about
play basketball.
15
This isn't Georgetown in 89.
15 seeds haven't won 3 years in a row ever, and
Yeah,
they've won the
they're
last
gonna-
2 years. It's
they're
not going to
probably
happen
gonna
this
get
year.
killed in this.
Zona's a pick. A lot of people are taking all the way too.
Zona can make it far, but me and Joe talked about they don't play defense. They're not
don't play
going to win it all, but they can make Final Four.
And another thing, they are they play disadvantaged basketball because they turn the ball over a lot, and they don't cause many turnovers.
Where are we going now? East.
No, we finished. Are we finishing the whole region? or we
Finishing
going-
the region.
Let's
Oh, we're
finish
gonna
the
run the
region.
region
Yeah,
now?
you
Okay.
finish the region.
So we're back up at the top. Bama at West Virginia, Maryland. Depends on what side of the room you're on.
I thought about putting Maryland in this game because
Give me Brandon Miller.
No, because he is a killer.
oh my god.
Allegedly.
Wow.
He's not. He wasn't the one behind the gun,
Okay.
but he will be in this tournament.
Bama will win this game.
Allegedly.
Bama will win
Bama
this
moving
game.
on. Everybody agree with that, no matter who they got.
Famous too.
Just a side note about the number 1 overall seed though. 7 of 18 lost in the Sweet 16 or earlier. So out of the last 16 years, 7 of 16
Number one
overall, not just number 1 seed, just number 1 overall. 4 have lost for the Sweet 16. Only 3 have been champs.
The last number 1.
To lose before that,
No.
to win it all. Louisville in 13, right? Yeah. So it's been 10 years since
Vacated,
it's been
though.
10
It
years.
doesn't-
Yes, it doesn't even count.
Doesn't even. Yep.
Four was
Florida, I think. Oh, it was just the year right before that.
USC, maybe.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't remember who won in
Well, we
12.
San Diego State and Virginia or Furman, whoever.
Oh, they were
I got This is going to be like a 51-50 basketball game. San Diego State versus Virginia.
Virginia wins.
I got San Diego State.
That's because he likes Mountain West. Virginia.
Caleb, who you got winning there?
Virginia
I
wins.
got San Diego State beating Furman.
Same.
Wow. So another toss-up.
Virginia.
Yeah, I'm going to go San Diego
Be
State.
a dog walk back.
Talk about betting. If San Diego State does play Virginia, talk about another. I mean, that's obviously Saturday. They talk about betting, depending on what the line is.
It's going to be like 95.
I was gonna say the only problem is the under's gonna be set so low,
Yeah,
but
it's going to be set so low you have to bet the over.
yeah,
Creighton, UCSB.
Ooh, or
Baylor,
or Baylor.
Baylor.
but Creighton,
But Creighton, yes.
so it doesn't matter.
Really? Caleb?
We're all going. You guys are all going Creighton.
I got
Yeah.
Creighton.
I got Baylor.
I'm going Baylor as well.
I got Creighton.
Wow.
Well, I also have Creighton playing UCSB.
I understand
so.
that I bang the drum for the Big 12, but
You
at
bang it
heart,
hard.
The Mountain West.
but at heart,
He's a Mountain West guy.
I'm a Big
West
East
Coast.
guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, but you
You gotta pick your allegiance here.
Utah State, Zona.
He's just anti-Big Ten.
Yeah, he's more just anti-Big Ten. That's what it is. It's not. Well, we can talk about that later. I got some stuff about that too.
Utah State, Zona.
Talk about another high-scoring game too.
Another one, yeah, Zona.
Zona.
They're not going to be able to handle those big dudes.
Take the over.
Tubelis is unbelievable. Like,
Ballo.
talk about somebody who doesn't get recognized. I mean, I don't think
Can't let that dude go last.
I think he was second team All-American. They just
Zona
now-
is Gonzaga. You know that. They have the assistant coach. They have a lot of international players like
Yeah.
Gonzaga used to do.
That Tubelis guy's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
He's a
ridiculous.
beast.
Plus,
Yeah.
they got American Dad out there, Ramey.
You see how
No, there's a dude named Ramey. on
Hey,
it.
and you know why he likes Ramey? Because he's a transfer from Texas.
American Dad.
So he loves the Big 12.
right.
Caleb, going back in the day, I was a big Texas guy.
That's true.
Bama back at the top versus San Diego State, Furman, Virginia, whoever they may play.
They're going to make funny for them as Virginia over them.
Oh my god.
Whoa, wow! So this is our first one going down.
Yeah.
Willie says Virginia's going
I
to.
gave you my reason why was a lot of the number one overall seeds lately have been underperforming. There's they've already brought it up
the number one seed in the tournament.
overall. The number one overall seed struggles recently.
Who was it last year?
Gonzaga lost in this round too last year to Arkansas.
Does anybody else have Bama getting beat at that?
No. I have Bama beat
But
San Diego State.
there's a lot of controversy with all that stuff going on. Did you see today? Did you see today Miller's getting like a security detail because he's been getting threats. So there's going to be a lot of other things
So
going
you're
on.
telling me Furman, Virginia, Charleston, San Diego State, West Virginia, Maryland, Texas,
Big deal.
and Alabama, you have Virginia beating every one of them.
So far, yeah.
They can only score
Text
like
messages mean
50
nothing.
a game
They've already beaten Baylor
this year.
this year.
What we have to just always remember is that these are just kids.
Baylor's not in the group that we're talking about right now.
I like teams that Baylor is. They're a 3 seed. They're just.
I'm talking top half the bracket because that's where you got Bama going out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You look at those 2, 4, 6, 8 teams right there.
Gotcha. I see what
You
you're
got
saying.
Virginia, the head of the.
They play.
Virginia
When you
going
get
to-
down to Virginia, you're down.
The Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Virginia gets down though.
It's hard to catch up. I agree with that. When they play a slow tempo, they run a good offense. They're the best. I mean, borderline best defense.
Yeah.
They're not the best defense in the country this year, but
Perhaps
they're
the
disciplined. They're well coached. I like the way they play.
Perhaps the best game of this bracket, Creighton and Zona.
I agree with them. Zona.
will beat them.
Zona.
Is that what Creighton says, Bob?
The only thing. Hey, the only issue
There's
is
a couple games.
Zona and Creighton played this year in Maui early in the year. Zona did win by 2, so it's a rematch.
Zona will beat them again.
I just saying they might know some things.
Does everybody have Zona coming to that point, regardless of who you have prior to?
Yeah, I got Zona.
I have
versus
Zona,
Bama.
and then I have Zona coming out of this region.
I'm gonna have Baylor.
So you have Baylor beating Bama.
Creighton.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Never
I'll
mind.
have
That's
Bama
it.
beating.
Okay.
So who do you got coming to the Final Four out of that bracket?
Bama.
I think everybody else is Bama.
I got Bama.
I'm thinking Zona.
I got Zona
I
too.
got Bama. They just
See
don't
that?
play defense.
So Kevin, here's the other thing. This is what I like, which I do legitimately think Virginia is going to win that game. What also makes it fun is I don't have Bama going to the Final Four anyway, so why not?
yeah.
And they know this. They've started. They like to sing "Beat Virginia" every year around this time. And I've been a Virginia. I've been a big Virginia fan for a while, so I like Virginia.
I want to know the proof in that we do that. I have never once sang.
Let's
Beat
go to
Virginia.
let's go to the
Syracuse.
East.
What year was that?
That was 2016. That was
Yes.
brutal.
Is Brandon Miller the best player in the country, we think?
Yes.
In the country, yeah.
I'll admit that. Yeah.
They said the Spurs were taking
Well,
three.
hey, listen.
They said
Behind Scoot and
Draft wise, NBA wise, yes. Best player in college basketball though.
Edie.
Edie. I mean, I don't care. Edie's still the best player in college basketball. 30 and
he's not the
10.
best overall player. He's just,
David says rumor has it Virginia is overrated.
well, David, rumor has it you're correct.
They're always overrated. That's how it
No, here's the
works.
thing about
He's
Edie.
talking to me.
He's
I've been
not the
telling
best. Trace Jackson Davis is better than Edie. A better overall basketball player.
Okay, but not in the realm of college. You guys are thinking past this. I'm talking about in this exact moment. It's like you think
I
of,
agree with what
you
you're
know,
saying.
like
Yeah.
Jordan Holes was a heck of a high school basketball player. Unbelievable, he's Mr. Basketball, and he wasn't a bad college player, but he wasn't the same player that he was in high school.
Yeah.
And then college and pros are different levels. There's Robbie Hummel, unbelievable college player, but
They should have been co.
Unbelievable, Caleb.
Potentially,
Robbie
but-
Hummels not unbelievable.
He was good in college.
I'm just trying to have your back since he just assaulted you on Twitter that one time.
That was interesting.
Oh, yeah. No, he assaulted Newman first.
All right, Purdue is Purdue going to move on?
Yeah, the first round. I mean, I know there's some Purdue haters in here, but I would hope that nobody's having Purdue.
Hummel got beat.
Texas Southern, Fairleigh Dickinson, like they should beat that team by 40.
They'll-
14 and
I was watching the game. I bet on it. I bet on Grambling versus Texas Southern.
Someone just
Yes.
gave us a score on that. FU is beating Texas Southern in the first.
Which that's what we were on today when we were talking.
When I came here, it was 26-21.
45-29 FDU over Texas Southern.
Okay, so they went on a nice little run.
Thank you, Nyla. Wow.
Neither one of those teams
yeah,
can
Purdue-
handle
yeah.
it either.
No.
I mean, it doesn't
No, it doesn't matter. It
But
doesn't matter.
just like IU though, Purdue's problem is not Edie or Trace. It's
So
the play.
guards.
It's the guard play.
It's the guard play. And
Which
what-
Purdue's guards were good all year until the last month.
because they learned how to pressure him.
Right.
If they get pressured,
Someone
they
IU
fall.
put the blueprint out there, and then everybody went with it.
That's it. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
but
see.
this-
You don't think? I mean, I think Painter's a heck of a coach, and I mean,
I don't.
You don't?
No.
He's
Had the talent to win maybe one or two championships.
name one 5-star recruit he's got.
Doesn't. I'm not. He can coach them up, but when you get in a big game, he yaks it away a lot.
He's been to one.
He was going to win it all if Virginia didn't have that ridiculous pass. They were going to win it all that
I
year.
think he's been to one.
He manages to find 7-foot ogres
Every stinking year.
There's one on the bench right now. That's redshirted too. I don't know his name is. But
I think
just
he
remember.
has trouble in the big games. I really do.
He's a really good coach.
He's a really good
for
coach.
what he has.
He just doesn't have enough.
I mean, everybody.
he needs to go somewhere else.
They should have
Potentially.
won a title with Hummel's senior year.
Dean, dude, he's a good coach.
Painter isn't a good
Anyway,
no one said he's not a good coach.
Kevin did.
He's a good coach. I'm just
I
saying.
believe Kevin did say
No,
Kevin
I said
did
he has
say-
trouble.
Oh,
He has
never mind.
trouble.
Kevin.
play that back.
Yeah.
He has trouble.
Can we read that back?
What big game has he won in? He almost lost to Penn State in the final.
Tennessee and those.
Peters. Oh no.
Kentucky also didn't beat St. Peter's either. so-
That's blue blood.
They did though.
I don't know how that.
He's had the talent to win a title.
But okay, I didn't say not that. He's still a good coach. He overachieves, I think, a lot
But then he also underachieved.
in the tournament potentially, but not as a. They still won the Big Ten regular season and tournament.
matters.
Tyler says peace.
Memphis.
Oh my bad. We got to move on.
Memphis.
Memphis and Florida
I
Atlantic
talk
with the
about-
IU connect
talk
with the
about
Indiana
Purdue for this
connections.
long.
FAU.
Memphis.
FAU. I already said why I like FAU.
I'm gonna go FAU also.
Did you say FAU?
Yeah.
Memphis plays some junk ball.
Duke,
They're gonna get it.
They're a lot to handle. That's true.
Duke or Roberts.
Duke.
This is my.
This is upset special for a lot of folks.
So you watch all the analysts. This is what scared me the night. They all have the exact same thing. Everybody has Duke. Everybody has Duke. And I know they're hot.
They're a
hot.
public
But you know
team
who's
right now.
You know who's they're high in the pub. You know who's won more games in a row than anybody right now?
30-4.
And they've won 18 in a row. More than that actually.
Level
'cause
of competition.
I was going to say, but who have they played?
you
level
know
of competition.
how hard is it to win?
Evansville,
It's
middle.
Oral. It's hard to win games. It's hard to win that many games in conference. In conference, it's hard to win that many games. We're talking about Oral. Also, Duke has lost the previous 2 times Duke was seeded 5 or worse in 07 and 96. They lost. 5 seeds never won a national title.
But we are under the agreement.
5 seeds
that
never
they
won a
are
national title.
misseeded.
They are misseeded, but they're 5.
In this point in time, they are misseeded.
But they're 5. Also, everybody knows this too. 12 over 5 happens every year. 16 times since 85, multiple 12 seeds
I
have
think
won. So
13 and 4 is the new 12 and 5, though.
it's
5 or lower makes Final Four next year.
I know,
10
but
years in a row.
I know, but it's not the only. To me, the only. You know who the. It's
Don't
and
let knowledge
it's
out.
like 7 or lower too for a second. A&M's the team that's
dude,
going to make it
can't
far.
stop.
7 or lower.
Tennessee,
Hear me out.
Louisiana.
Hear me out. Duke's the best team in the country. And I hate Duke.
They're really good.
You're not going to get any arguments out of me for that.
I got
I'm
Duke
going.
in the Final Four.
Dude.
I'm going Oral Robert.
I got it there too.
They got an easy path.
Duke isn't as
17-1.
hateable now without
17
Coach
and
K.
1 with their
Yeah, they're
playoffs.
not as hateable
They're-
as Shire.
I like Shire a lot actually. They are not.
I was about to say.
They don't have an easy path, minus the fact that I think.
He's like Rob Summer.
Who's David Bennett?
You know Dave. You know Dave.
Oh yeah, that's a
Mr. Stat Guy. So no, I saw
easy,
Kurt.
Dave.
I saw Kurt. We were drafting for our T-ball teams on Monday, and I was like, Kurt, you're not buying into Duke, are you? And he said, they're playing like the best team in the country, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, They are.
Maybe.
There's a lot of teams that are playing like the best team in the country that come in and lay an
and
egg.
that's talking crap to Kurt, and it's like
Tennessee, Louisiana.
Tennessee. Still Tennessee. Even though
Tennessee.
Wow, that's wrong.
Louisiana has one guy.
and
Tennessee lost their point guard.
yeah, but
That's fine. That's fine.
their defense is too good though.
Yeah.
Their defense is
Right
too
now,
Their
they'll
defense
find
is
the
too good.
buckets.
He still got the sweaty coach, or is he gone? Bruce Pearl.
Oh, Bruce Pearl's at Auburn, baby.
We'll get there, baby. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
Rick Barnes, he was at Texas.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. They shuffle. So Tennessee's moved on.
Not like the Bears,
Kentucky and Providence. This is a
tough one.
This is a tough one.
Providence is a guy that left Kentucky.
Providence is a really good 11 seed.
But they came in. They're limping right now.
Kentucky has a team of 5 stars.
They're
Is it
limping.
not?
Providence is
Providence is limping bad.
Do you remember when Xavier was an 11 seed and made? I think they
I
either
don't
made.
like Kentucky. I have. them
It's been
losing.
a while now. Xavier was an 11 seed and was limping into the tournament really hard, and they made the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I just don't.
I
This
got.
be a year like the Harrison twins
Yeah.
when Kentucky made the Final Fours.
But Calipari's only won 1 championship, correct?
It's not easy.
It's not that easy to do, though.
It's only not easy to do unless if we're talking about the Big Ten. It's easy to do apparently because that's the only time championships matter.
No,
It is a full conference.
that's a
versus
full
the one
conference.
team,
The Big Ten is so
I'm on your
overrated.
side.
They haven't won
Trust
since
me.
2000.
I'm not,
Do
I'm not
we
arguing.
want to do this now? Do you want to do this now?
No, we'll
No,
get
no,
there.
no,
We'll get
Okay,
there.
because
I'm just saying
I
another
like
22
overrated
years.
compared with some Big Ten.
another
I got it.
Yeah,
completely
and
overrated
they're gonna
coach.
get. It's gonna be thrown right in his face.
shoot,
Over the weekend.
rings. That's
Freaking 5 of them get eliminated this weekend. I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna do
Got some
it.
tough bids.
when you hey, we already talked about this. When you get severely underseeded,
Hey.
it makes it hard to win, which is why Duke's
Like the
going
dude
down
to MJ
too.
when he beat him in that
Oh
set.
yeah. When he flipped the coin. Yeah.
Anyway,
Another overrated
Providence. I
coach.
got Providence in this game.
Not a chance.
I got Kentucky.
Providence.
UK.
I have I got. Providence is making a run.
Kansas
Really?
State, Montana State, and it's not Joe.
We're going K-State.
K-State.
here.
K-State here.
This could be. We talked about this earlier. I could see. I think Montana State or UCSB are winning, but
The
I'm
dude
going
on
K-State.
K-State was the guy that
Collapsed at Florida.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that was him.
Cool story.
He's gonna be
They're still not. They're still not very
He's a
good.
stud. He's a stud.
If I
They're not as good as their.
They're not as-
They're not as good as their.
Izzo
See.
versus the men from Troy. What we
Oh,
got?
Izzo.
So listen,
Are you taking USC there?
Boogie Ellis is a
coming
stud.
From California all the way to Ohio, playing at 9:30.
Michigan
Pacific
State fans
time.
are going to be packed in there.
9:30 Pacific.
It's
Yeah.
a home game for Michigan
Listen,
State.
Yeah.
I know it's not money line, but Andy Enfield 10-2 against the spread in the tournament.
So there's a bet.
Covers.
Sort of Gulf Coast, so like
And
Dunk City.
it's a little skewed. They
were so fun.
but
They were so fun. Marquette, Vermont.
Marquette.
Cat.
Marquette's
What's Marquette got?
very good.
Yeah.
Positionless
Wade.
1 through 5.
They're good.
Basketball.
They're
team.
good,
Shaka
but
Smart.
they're
Shaka
gonna.
smart.
Who sucks in the tournament? Besides the 1 year he took VCU.
They were in foul trouble all game against UConn. Still control.
Yeah.
UConn is very good.
Yeah.
UConn's overrated too.
No point guard. No point.
UConn's overrated.
Back to the top. Purdue versus.
I'm talking about national championship. Like they're not like people are all over them. Like they can win.
No, they
No,
can't
they're
win national
so
championship.
overrated.
Purdue, they're going to get by Memphis or FAU?
No.
Memphis.
This is the region we're gonna fight in
Yep.
because
Memphis.
Purdue's going to get by Memphis
So-
and or Florida Atlantic.
everybody thinks the only 2 teams that have a chance coming out of this region are Purdue and are Duke and Marquette, which is why I hate this region and why I put everything different than that. Because if
You're
every
right, I think, when
if
we
every
get to
single analyst thinks it and everybody
You put it because you thought it was going to happen. You did it because you
correct,
that. God.
but I also didn't think it.
think it's really going to happen.
Fade the
I-
public.
If,
I don't hate
I
it.
didn't.
So are you
Fade the
picking
public.
Purdue here or no?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen in this region. This
Purdue
region,
advances.
this is a weird region.
Purdue advances.
Everybody good with that? Purdue advance and pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, big
No,
game.
I have Memphis.
Duke.
Do you
I
have-
Don't get it
Do
twisted.
you
I
have Memphis beating Purdue there?
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Duke,
can ball.
Tennessee.
And
Who's going to guard Boogie?
Well, I hate to
They
break.
can ball.
Who's going to guard Boogie Ellis?
Boogie
Duke-
Ellis is on USC.
Or
Goober.
Kendrick Davis,
Yeah.
Ethan Morton's going to guard him.
All right, Willie, drop.
Ethan
Tennessee.
Morton's going to be in foul trouble. He's going to do
I got
circles
Oral
around
Roberts.
Ethan Morton.
Duke's
Duke-
gonna-
I had Duke losing.
Duke is going to beat Tennessee.
Well,
Duke is going to beat whoever they play.
I agree with this. Tennessee's not making the Sweet 16, but since I had Oral Roberts beating Duke, I actually have Oral Roberts in the Sweet 16.
So the
No,
bracket,
okay.
the Duke,
Willie
the
loves
Duke slots.
He
gonna be-
loves Oral.
Double-digit seeds make the Sweet
Loves Oral.
We're going to move past
Listen,
that.
14 years in a row, there's been a double-digit seed. The average is 2 in a tournament to make the Sweet 16. There's Both of my picks are coming from this region.
Okay.
Everybody else has Duke. Moving on, right?
Oral. I just told you. Oral Roberts. Yeah.
Kentucky, Kansas State.
Providence.
Kansas State.
All right, Providence. Kansas State.
Providence.
So either Providence or no, Joe's got Kansas State.
Yeah, I got Kansas State.
I'm gonna stick
For
with
one more
Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kentucky going through there too.
Michigan State, Marquette.
Marquette.
Is
Oh wow.
No,
Marquette.
MSU.
I just don't think they're that good.
They're-
I usually take them, but
Yeah, Marquette.
I don't think
is-
they're that good either.
And those, I told
Joe's
you
gonna
that.
root against the Big Ten anyway.
Right.
Correct.
The unranked preseason teams
German judge of the
don't do well, and I like Purdue a lot more, and I like Marquette. So the one I'm going with in this region is I'm going to ride Purdue's coattails instead of Marquette's. So
The Panthers just signed Miles Sanders.
does that hurt your feelings? You guys have like 4 running backs.
Michigan
Signed
State.
Fletcher
Moving on.
Cox
I have Michigan State.
Back
as
to
well.
the top, Purdue and Duke, or whoever you got there.
Purdue.
Oh, Miss Booby.
Duke.
Duke. Caleb.
won't even be close.
Taking Duke.
It won't be close because
Duke.
It won't
Listen,
be close.
it won't be close because Duke's going to be home already.
Listen, Duke can beat Purdue because they have something that a lot of schools don't have. Not one 7-footer, but 2 of
They're
them.
the tallest.
Duke is the
Yeah.
tallest team in the country.
Yeah.
They have the guard play with Roach.
I'll tell you what.
They can beat
I like Duke.
Filipowski's
Legit.
stud.
Roach is a stud.
And that one fresh, what's Proctor, whatever, he's coming in.
Yeah.
So
But what a change of the times, because normally Duke is you pencil them in the Final Four anyway. But
Not
since
me.
Coach K's gone,
It takes a lot for me to pick Duke, and
same. I agree, but
Duke is one of those teams this year that, they started out, it's like, uh-oh, this team's not that great.
the more Willie says Purdue, the more I like him. Wow.
I don't know who. I know Kurt and Colton are. I don't know who Nyla Reynolds is.
So, yeah, that was
already-
earlier in the
he's
year.
already beat
That
Purdue, but
doesn't
you're
matter.
still
That's
gonna pick Purdue?
this was a different Duke team
I
than
didn't
now.
say that.
You can say, yeah,
Okay,
they
I-
beat them. They beat them.
They did beat them
He's
earlier,
already
but
eating.
But that doesn't mean anything anymore. There's
I
two
still
different
don't think.
teams.
I still don't think.
Shire now's got his feet under him, his legs under him as coaching. It's an entirely different Duke team.
They're like
Where's the game
Kentucky
at?
teams with the freshmen.
Hey, there's a lot of things that point towards Duke, but okay.
The game's in.
I give you a lot of things that point towards other things, and you say no.
Is the game in
I don't think
Columbus or
Duke's. I don't think
Orlando?
Duke's making it.
Purdue likes to piss down their leg.
Where's that Sweet 16 game at?
It's not
Like-
Columbus.
I'm not sure.
It says Columbus, Orlando. I don't
This
know.
does say Columbus, but I know the Sweet
Round in
16.
Columbus.
Yeah. Duke's an entirely different team from the matchup.
That's
That's
entirely
true.
correct.
That's a point
I'll
of
t-
contention right
But
there.
I'll tell you
Duke.
what, though, that Edie is 300 pounds, though. 300 pounds.
Hey,
Those
hey.
7-footers can't guard Edie, but if they collapse on him,
Yeah,
that's
and
what.
it says Duke's
it does-
fully healthy.
And he's a
finally.
North Carolina fan.
And he's a North Carolina fan.
They are fully.
Hey, I'm-
That doesn't. I hate when people say that. If you can't be objectively talk about how good a team is,
I will
know.
never be objectively talking about another good team when it comes to the Philly teams. So like it's just Philadelphia or nothing.
But what I'm saying is, Joe.
Thank you, Jacob.
18-1, fully healthy.
Kurt's right.
They are.
They are
There's no looking
Nine
really
straight-
short.
nine
I
straight
am
wins.
really short.
18 straight or over 18 wins for Oral Roberts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I
So
wish I
here,
could
this is
say
a
the
big
things I
argument.
wanted
Purdue or
to say.
Duke right there.
I don't like when people are like, well, I'm object. I know Duke's playing really well
You're
right
taking
now. I
Duke
just
over
don't think they're
Marquette?
going to win.
Was that the question?
But I mean,
Oh,
Purdue hasn't been knocking it out of the park either.
That doesn't always matter either.
He's gonna have refs that aren't from the Big Ten. They're gonna ref him different, and he's gonna be in trouble.
He doesn't.
You know
He
what,
doesn't
though?
foul though. That's not going to be the issue. It's going to be.
The rest
I
of
think.
the
Every time he turns, though,
Greg said I'm
Somebody
6'1" and
can call
300
him out.
pounds and no one can guard me. Imagine you wouldn't be on porch time right now, Greg. You'd be playing in the tournament.
How did Purdue do out of conference? Were they undefeated when they went in?
Undefeated.
That's fine.
Playing a very tough
Yeah.
out of conference schedule. Purdue's
7-0 on neutral court.
that's a,
Yeah,
Purdue-
said they ran them on a neutral.
Purdue's a lot. Everybody wants to hate on Purdue because they were struggling down this. Purdue's really good. Purdue's really good, and you can't act like they're not.
Duke's
really
a
good.
much different team, but so is Purdue.
Agreed.
Their guards aren't shooting worth a crap now.
But once they start hitting shots, it's. I mean, if they hit shots, right? If they hit shots, nobody's going to beat them.
What seed is
Marvin Bagley.
Hey, Jacob, to that question, when is the last time IU won anything, and when is the last time Villanova won?
These teams are 1 seed.
Men's basketball.
All right,
Men's
moving on.
basketball.
All right, we got to go Duke or Purdue versus Kentucky or Michigan State.
I actually, I still have Providence too.
That smile on
You've
camera
got
was
pro-
to you, Jacob.
I have Providence. I told you.
I've got Marquette over Providence.
I got Marquette over Kansas State.
Yeah, our brackets are very different.
Different. This region, I just
Kevin's over here
Just saying, who do you have advancing?
I had Providence because I didn't have Marquette winning.
You're not getting that party invite later tonight, Jacob.
I got Michigan State moving on to phase.
We're playing trios without.
Well, I didn't want to have two. I didn't want to get too Big Ten heavy here. I didn't want to get too Big Ten heavy and have Michigan State playing Purdue, so I had
got
Providence.
Duke beat Purdue, and I have Michigan State beating Duke.
Well,
I'm playing Duke.
I would love for Michigan State to make the Elite Eight there, and I think they can. I wasn't going to put Purdue against Michigan State. That's just
So who we got moving on the Final Four out of the East bracket?
everybody has Duke except for me.
Joe, do you have Duke?
Advancing out of this region?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them beating Marquette
Levi?
Duke over Marquette.
Everybody in the world has Duke over Marquette.
because those are the two
I've
best
got
teams
Duke
in
over
this
Michigan
region.
State. Hey,
That's it.
Caleb.
You know what? I'm going to take Marquette on this one.
And he has Marquette.
Wow.
These are the two best teams playing the best basketball.
You're going to say it's because it's a Big Ten, but I don't care. But last year, Iowa was playing the best basketball going into the tournament, too, and they got beat 12-5.
Bama's playing the best basketball.
Ooh. Ooh, shots are fired.
All right.
All I know is that Ethan Anthus is better than both of you. So
Here we go. Let's go Midwest.
I'm gonna throw some money around.
Houston, Northern Kentucky.
Houston. We'll talk more. We'll talk more about Houston here soon.
Houston. Iowa
I'll take it.
and Auburn. This game is pretty much in Auburn, isn't it? At home game.
Yeah, I might as well not even talk here because you know where I'm going.
Iowa's misseeded. Iowa's going to win this game. Iowa's going to win this game. Yeah.
Auburn sucks.
Auburn hasn't beaten one good team. I think they won one decent conference game.
It's
That
just
was it.
hard
They're
for
I have
horrible.
Auburn.
To even
Just
write
both
Iowa
of these
down.
teams suck. Both these teams suck.
I'm with you, Babs.
Well,
Memphis and Duke.
Miami versus Usher.
I just don't know
Drake.
why Iowa State's a 6 seed. They
I got
suck.
Miami.
I have
Guard
Drake.
play.
I have Drake.
Drake is the oldest team in the tournament.
Old teams win. Old teams win.
Experience.
Which is why Duke's not going to win, too. Is another
I'll take
reason.
They
Larinaga.
got more
and-
experience than Penn State. They have more
Penn
experienced
State's
team than
the
Penn
oldest.
State.
Penn State's
Are they the
average
oldest?
tenure is like 4.01 years.
That's crazy.
It's
I'll
insane.
take Miami
Still
just
gonna lose
based on because
You
can
like
ask
the coach.
and you can ask Gannon. The one thing
Where was Larinaga first? I forget. He did well with the
George
team.
Mason.
That's right. That's right. When they beat Emeka Okafor and stuff, and they just Final Four.
So
Yeah.
the one thing that shows up every year in the tournament is always guard play, and Miami might have the best guard play in the tournament.
Isaiah Wong's a crybaby. They remember when he didn't want to re-sign. We're talking about that in college because Miami wasn't offering him big enough NIL. He doesn't care about winning. Right.
Indiana,
He's
Kent
not, though.
State.
That's a
A lot
problem.
of upsets. Or people are picking this upset. I mean,
It makes sense. Kent
Well,
State. I'm not going to pick Kent State because obviously I'm a big IU guy. I'm an IU fan.
Right.
But I understand why Kent State's a
Indiana
popular
could
pick.
lose this game, or they could get to the Final Four.
I actually agree with that. They're
Because-
very volatile. Yeah,
Because
they're very
of my
volatile.
next pick of the next tournament, I want to pick Kent State because I feel like it would be easier for Miami, but I just feel like IU's better.
IU is better, but Kent State. That's sincere. His name's something stupid. It's like sincere.
Yeah,
Or
sincere.
something like that. Like
Yep.
sincere carry. He's a volume shooter though, so if he's not hitting, he's fine.
Yeah.
Blue hat. He must be.
Appreciate it, Babs. I know Babs?
You might know Babs.
No, that's who Lincoln thought I was the other day at the park.
Yeah.
Iowa State.
Yeah, give me the Hoosiers.
Iowa State. Pitt. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We all going IU.
What was that? Say Pitt for one more time.
Pitt. Are we going IU?
Yeah.
Pitt's winning.
Caleb, IU,
Oh, yeah.
Kent State's
Hoosiers.
tough though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pitt's winning this game.
Pitt, and Iowa State.
Yeah.
They're-
Pitt before last.
The first four, I wrote almost too much stuff down. But the first four team, 9 out of 10 years, won again. So one of them's gonna win. One of them's
They
gonna
play
win.
both
Not the
offense and
Hoosiers last
defense.
year.
Wasn't the Hoosiers?
We played it.
Who was the other first four team that won? That was
UCLA 2 years ago?
well, UCLA made the Final Four a couple years ago, correct?
As an 11.
As a playing game.
Right, that's what a playing game winner. So
Yeah,
playing
so
game,
much
whoever
about UCLA
one playing
that
game is
year,
going to
too.
win again. I don't think it's going to be Nevada or Arizona State. So Pittsburgh's winning this game, and Iowa State sucks. Iowa State's super
Xavier,
misseeded.
Kennesaw State.
Xavier, they're missing Fremantle, but
They're still really
they're
good.
yeah, they're still good.
Very feisty team. Texas A&M, Penn State.
This sucks. I wanted to put Penn
It
State.
sucks for Penn State because Penn State would beat a lot of these teams in this tournament.
A&M's.
But A&M just plays defense, and they got
They have
But
good
do
guards.
they have a guy that can stop their 4-1 where they do walk? What's his name down the middle of the lane?
Yes, because they pressure and they like trap, and they don't just play. Yeah, A&M should be no. If anything, it should be where Tennessee is.
yeah, they should be.
They beat Tennessee head to head too in the same conference.
I
with a
like
better
Penn
record.
State.
I love Penn State, and Jalen Pickett is.
But
He's a handful.
He's probably a top 5 player in this tournament.
Penn State
But-
looks like they run out of gas every game.
I know.
Yeah.
They start hitting threes. It's over.
That's the main problem with Penn State because they live and die by the 3.
Yeah. Joe, Caleb, who you taking there?
I'm going A&M as well.
Texas.
We're a bunch
and
of buzz guys.
I
Texas
love
and
me some
close up.
buzz.
We're a buzz guy. We're gonna go Texas.
I like Texas.
Texas is another team that people, because they're playing well, everybody wants to take them as far as they can go.
Texas is not winning this region. I'll tell you that.
They're not winning the next game.
Let's go back to the top. Houston
That's right, you're right that.
and the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Houston.
It's not in Carver.
Houston's going to
Give me
bully.
Houston's gonna bully whoever wins that game.
Physical for
I
Iowa.
hate Kellen Sampson, honestly, but Houston.
He's still making phone calls. You know,
He's-
Sinderhoff is a coach on. Where's he at? Is it FAU? Is he the other coach involved with that from IU?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. He's Sinderhoff's on one of these teams, and I can't. I think it's.
Houston's one of those teams that falls in that category of top 25 adjusted offense and defense. They're actually like top 3, I think, in both of them or something. Like they rebound, they do play hard. Their offense gets a little sketchy sometimes. As long as Sasser's 100% healthy.
Yeah, if they have
I mean-
Sasser, then
Ray Lewis versus IU.
Ray Lewis.
Miami versus IU.
I have
I got Miami.
I have Drake in that game, but I have
I have
IU.
Drake as
But
well.
I have IU winning.
You have IU winning that?
Yeah.
I have Miami
Caleb?
beating
I have
IU.
Indiana as well, beating Drake.
IU Houston's one of the most. Everyone wants to see that.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun game to watch.
Houston
Emily says, I love this, and Jake says, Samson recruited me in middle school.
to play ass back.
What's that?
Joe, who you got
Get
winning
your ass
this
back on
round?
the bench.
Who you got winning this game, Joe? IU or
I got Miami because of guard play.
Levi?
Hoosiers over Drake.
Damn, I'm a
Pitt
Miami.
versus Xavier.
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 Colton's got IU beating Miami also.
I thought we muted the Goss boys.
If it's not Pittsburgh or Purdue, you're right.
I want to know
Why
why
is Jared's not on here?
Lincoln hasn't posted in this chat yet because he told me he was going to be watching his dad in this chat.
Mm.
He probably got.
And-
Penn State,
probably
Texas
got
A&M versus Texas.
I have A&M.
Yep.
I got A&M here.
Hold on.
Pitt, Xavier?
Yeah, we also
We said Xavier.
I didn't.
Who's we on?
Who
I
you
got
going
Pitt.
Pitt?
I'm going Pitt as well.
I got Pitt.
I don't hate that pick. I told
I
you
don't
this.
either. They played both sides.
And a 111 seed will make the Sweet 16. I picked Providence.
I'm
They
just a
picked
chalk
Pittsburgh.
guy. I just love chalk.
Penn State,
Chalk
A&M
guy.
versus Texas.
All right, Kansas.
You'll see when we get to this.
A&M.
I love chalk.
A&M
I got-
over
You see what your
Texas.
dad Texas
No,
I got
but-
Texas.
I got
Top
Penn
10
State.
zone.
Moving on.
and Bama. Arizona.
and Alabama. Good.
I have Penn State
just
beating
so much
Texas.
easier.
Well, I have A&M beating Texas, so
I have Texas is advancing over Texas A&M.
Yeah,
Texas.
there's a stat about 2 seeds being that there's always one that gets knocked out before the Sweet 16.
That'll be Marquette. The one thing that that
So,
scares me the most
Mar-
for
it's-
2 seed is Marquette.
Michigan State beating them. So
I mean, there's
They don't.
only 6 times since '79 have all 4 been there. So there's going to be a 2 seed that loses before the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So 6 times in 30
I
so
know.
who's your
that-
weakest?
in 43
In my
years.
It's
That's
Marquette. Even though I have them going, I have.
Levi, Maddie wanted you to know that you're hot.
Damn,
That's
dude.
great.
good for you,
You think
buddy.
she's hot back?
Thanks.
You
But-
think she's hot back? On air, say it.
I think she's pretty hot.
You heard it here
So
first,
you
guys.
got Maddie
She is hot
#1
back.
seed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall.
But I'll tell you, it's gonna.
All right.
2 seeds losing is probably
Marquette,
Marquette or Texas. But I just put them both because it'd be
Marquette
fun.
because they can't rebound the ball. They're not good at
Let's
defensive
go back to the
rebounding.
top. Houston and IU or Florida, whoever's there.
Are you
Houston.
Bubble guts because of that.
The storyline: Samson versus Indiana.
Houston.
Who you got, Caleb?
Houston.
I would love IU to win. I would love
I
IU
think
to
IU
win.
could win, but
IU also could lose to Kent State.
Dude, I don't think
Yes,
they
they
could
could.
because the guys they have down low can get real physical with Trace Jackson. I don't have Trace Jackson. I don't have IU there.
Is that league
Freshman.
anywhere close to physicality you get in the Big Ten? though?
No, not on a night-to-night basis.
I'll go Houston.
Before the
I'm
conference,
gonna go
their
IU.
conference is garbage.
I'm going to be a
Rutgers
homer and go
national
IU.
champs.
Rutgers national
Not even NIT champs.
All right.
I'll take Houston.
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 I want to go
I,
IU.
I
let it be
would
known
IU.
I have Houston over Miami, not Houston over IU.
Caleb, you picked Houston, right?
Correct.
Xavier, Pitt, whoever you got surviving that versus Penn State, Texas.
A&M. I still have A&M, and I have A&M in the Elite Eight.
I have it all.
Texas
I have it all
over
Texas.
I have
Texas and Houston.
over
There's been a
Purdue as well.
there's been a
Xavier.
5 seed or lower in the Elite Eight for 40 out of the 43
And it'll
years
be
of the
Duke.
tournament. Average is 2.
Jared said Levi is pretty hot, by the way.
Unmute the Goss boys because they're right.
Joe, did you hear me though?
What?
The average is 2. So there's got to be the average per year for 43 years is 2 teams seeded 5 or worse.
Damn.
A&M's misseeded. We talked about that with Duke anyway.
Yeah.
I think A&M's can make
We'll
this
get to
run.
the team that I think is misseeded when we get to the West.
Houston, A&M, or Texas, or IU, or whoever you got there. Who you got going to the Final Four for this group?
Houston.
Talk about a script. You know where the Final Four is, Kevin? It's in
It's not in
Houston.
Bloomington.
It's in Houston.
Britain.
It's in
I
Houston.
got IU going to the Final Four. I don't care.
That's tough.
You go to the Final Four.
Yes, I do.
See you later.
I'm gonna go Houston.
I wanted to pick them get beat by Kent State. So, like I said, either way,
So you had them going losing first round all the way to the Final Four.
they could do that.
Do you realize a lot of teams are like that though? It's
Can
just
they
too play.
string that many
They
good
can't.
games together?
Probably not.
Because
Well, that's what I'm saying. They
Probably
can
not.
do free.
because you gotta play
Maybe
Miller
4.
Kopp, you gotta play freaking Race Thompson, and they're just gonna.
Miller Kopp's a real problem.
Yeah, but he came
You
and
gotta
talked
play
to
Renew, he's
Martinsville.
gonna foul out
He
in the
came-
first
For
10
some
minutes.
reason, we keep putting Miller Kopp on the other team's best player.
Yeah. Which
like,
is
what are we
wild, but-
doing?
Hate lockdown.
Yeah.
IU girls, Jacob. I like the where you're going with this because Purdue's not that good, but the IU girls, if they played Purdue, would get beat by 100 points.
More than that.
And he's
Stephen
super
A.
smart.
That actually makes me. Kent State's a lock now. Stephen A.
Because at the end of the day,
Oh,
Steve is an idiot.
Kansas
Kansas
versus Mo, Larry, and Howard.
Kansas.
This is my
Kansas.
This
Yeah,
one's
this side, the West makes me sick picking teams.
I really wish UCLA was fully
What
strong.
one seed do we think
Yeah,
is
I'd
losing
have one
first
more.
out of all of them? Who's the most
Purdue.
susceptible?
Purdue.
Everybody thinks Purdue, which is why they're not going to lose. Faith.
We'll get to that.
If you
We'll
don't
get to
think it's
that.
Purdue, who do you
I,
think is the
who do you
most
think?
susceptible?
Who did I put?
He thinks Bama.
And Bama's more history than anything.
Alabama.
So-
Alabama.
Alabama. Sorry,
Alabama.
Dad.
Arkansas versus Illinois.
You know where I'm going. I won't even speak on it.
Arkansas.
Oh man.
Here's my honest. I don't really think Illinois is going to win, but why? This is a first round matchup.
Yeah.
I think Arkansas
So,
will win the
The next team's going to get killed.
That's right. So I don't care. That's I would rather.
whole-
I'm rooting for Illinois.
Win the whole thing or lose the.
This is
That's a little IU.
Joe. I'm just rooting for Illinois, so
I'm being honest.
I picked Illinois. I don't really
I
have
hate
a
Illinois,
preference.
but I'm taking them Big Ten.
I'm going to root for Illinois.
Yeah.
Sleeper pick coming up. St. Mary's versus VCU.
St. Mary's is very, very good.
They are very good.
You.
They're one of those teams that meet that offensive and defensive
Sleeper.
Yeah.
Sleeper.
St. Mary's is
efficiency.
really good. Two really good
We
guards.
know what the efficiency thing is per possession, though. It's not points per game.
Right.
Like, it's per possession. So.
We got them 2 boosters.
Phone book. So everybody with St. Mary's over VCU?
St. Mary's
Joe?
St. Mary's could make
What?
a deep run.
St. Mary's over VCU?
Yeah.
It'll be
Which
a
makes
game.
me
St.
think-
Mary's a sleeper.
Which makes me think VCU is going to win if we're all
What has
That's-
the team do
I-
last year?
Rolled them. And they
Rode 'em.
everybody came back.
Road them.
Road.
And they added Mahaney. That point guard is.
UConn
very
versus
good.
Iona.
That's an interesting game.
This really is.
UConn's got a big boy down low, too,
Latino.
don't
Are
they?
you
Yeah,
going to do it?
Sunogo.
Will?
I am going to do it.
You're going to do it?
His name's Sunogo.
The reason why I'm going to couple reasons why I'm going to do it. A top 4 seed is lost in. It's somewhere. I don't even remember.
Tennessee.
So that's what there's going to be. It's probably IU is where it's going to be. It's probably IU, unfortunately. But
Virginia.
a top 4 seed has lost in 32 of 37 tourneys since '85. So Virginia, that's what people like. But the one I picked was this one because Patino can coach. Iona's got a couple returning it's like Junior Joseph or Joseph Junior.
Babs, they already earn attendance because I put asses in the seats, bud.
Um,
Skip Bayless of this show.
I also was gonna have St. Mary's beating UConn anyway, but I legitimately think Iona can beat UConn.
Willie's Clay Travis.
Huh?
Didn't Patino
What'd you say?
He said he's Skip Bayless and you're Clay Travis.
I think that was a compliment.
Kick the coverage.
Outkick.
Didn't Patino take Providence to the finals?
Dan Dockley to me.
Yeah, my ass.
But, hey, don't at me.
Way out.
He's going to the Big East. It's another
St. John's,
storyline.
isn't he?
Yeah, he might be going to my alma mater.
UConn. I got UConn going, and then Willie's got Iona. Everybody else got UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Caleb.
UConn. I think that'll be.
I got UConn.
This
I
next
like
game is a
UConn.
team that's misseeded.
I agree. I'll give you that. If there's a,
Says, Willie knows more than Jay Billis. Wow.
well, that's easy. Jay Billis is
Ooh.
all Jay Billis cares about is making sure the college athlete can do whatever the heck they want. Transfer, get money. You don't have to do anything. That's all he cares about.
Class, what's class?
TCU versus Arizona State and Nevada. Who won that? Do we know? Did Nevada win?
That
They
plays
played
at
tonight.
9:40 tonight, I believe.
Isn't that Alford?
Yeah,
Didn't he come back?
I'm rooting for Nevada.
Yeah.
That's why I like
Lily's a
Nevada.
Nevada guy.
I like
Either way,
Nevada.
they're losing.
I agree. That's what.
So TCU's moving on.
Yeah,
regardless.
one first four team wins, and it's going to be Pittsburgh. It's not going to be one of these two teams.
It's not gonna, no, Nevada's limping in, but Arizona State shouldn't even probably be in.
Caleb.
If they didn't hit that
The half
half-court
court shot,
shot,
there's no way they
they're
would
not
be.
in.
What's up, Babs?
Gonzaga versus the entire Grand Canyon.
Gonzaga.
Talking about
that
it,
they're coming in underrated this year.
it's not even that they're underrated because I'm not saying a three. Quiet's a better way to
Yeah.
say it because a 3 seed I think is appropriate,
Yeah. No,
There
it's not.
and nobody's acting like they can win, and
Why did Few stay there this long?
They're not good
because
defensively.
they're good.
I mean,
The
And they-
amount of money he could have made.
do you think
anywhere-
he's not getting money shoveled down his throat at Gonzaga?
he probably could have
And he
quadrupled it.
wins, and he
He
wins.
wins.
Good coach.
We talked about all these conferences that Joe.
We picked Arkansas, and they lose the next
We're gonna
week.
get
Illinois.
We haven't got
we're
there
gonna
yet.
Get there.
We haven't got there yet.
Don't wait.
Yeah, about to say you want to
Northwestern, Boise State.
That's a tough one.
Northwestern.
Boise State's never won a game in the tournament.
Northwestern.
That was the best football game ever, though. Boise State versus Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, the Statue of Liberty.
Why am I slipping that Northwestern guard?
Boo Booey.
Boo booey.
Booby.
These
All
guys
guards
are
are tough.
Northwest.
Yeah,
Audi's is good. That Barry can shoot. They got that guy coming off the bench. That Barnheiser.
No, Joe, that's illegal. What did I say that was?
Something about butts. I think I don't freaking know. Northwestern's on. Hey, I don't know. You hate the Big Ten, but there's no way
Northwestern's winning.
It's another
Northwestern
Duke-
shouldn't be in a
that's another
7 seed
Duke
though.
coach,
either.
isn't it? That's another
They
Duke
should be
coach.
higher.
Collins, isn't that? He's a Dookie, wasn't he a Dookie?
Is that Collins' son that coaches there?
That's Chris Collins.
No, Collins who?
Who was the
Somebody-
dude?
He's from Duke. Chris
coached-
Collins, that's Duke.
He coached
No,
the
I
Sixers.
Doug Collins.
Yes. That
Oh,
is
okay. I did not.
Son.
Doug
Son.
Collins. Okay.
Doug Collins.
Yes. UCLA, UNC Asheville.
UCLA.
Yeah.
I think if UCLA.
Old
They
Teague
didn't
leading
lose
them.
Clark, they're winning it all.
Yeah, I like
It's
that.
just gonna drop too much stuff.
Yeah, let's give
Yeah.
TJ Wolf a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Love
you.
me some TJ.
Yes, it is.
Why is Gannon saying yes? It is. What are we talking about?
Collins.
Chris Collins.
Okay.
And Kurt let us know Chris Collins did. Hey,
Yeah.
Chris Collins did coach under Duke.
Kansas,
TJ Wolf's holding UCLA.
Kansas, Illinois, Arkansas, whoever you got there.
Kansas.
Kansas. I have something about.
Rock,
Give me Arkansas.
Hey.
Arkansas.
Oh, you
Listen,
went Arkansas?
this is Joe. This is another 2 of 14 defending champs have reached the Sweet 16 since Florida repeated. The last 5 haven't even made the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
5 years in a row,
It's all
defending champs
contingent.
out.
It's all contingent on
you gotta
Bill
get a
Self,
beat
to be
there.
honest.
I got Arkansas.
He's in the hospital still.
No, he's out.
I have Kansas winning this game, but I don't think Kansas is making the Final Four by any means.
Ice cold.
By any means, because
Rock chalk.
when you're a defending champ, you don't. It's just it's hard. You
for
don't.
Arkansas over
I
Kansas.
got Arkansas over Kansas.
I got
Kansas plays 6 or 7 dudes.
I know.
They've gotten.
They have the
You got
shortest-
Joe.
they have
Well,
the
and really- and I
shortest
like-
rotation in the country.
But
I also
all
like Dewan. I like Dewan Harris a little bit, but he really like if they force Dewan Harris to score, like he can't carry
No,
a team
they're
for more than one
Grady
game.
Dick.
He's really good.
I'm telling you,
Stud.
Arkansas beats them.
Grady Dick.
Stud.
He is good.
Hey Babs, who's Kite?
You want to go fly one?
St. Mary's versus UConn or Iona, whoever you pick.
I have UConn. For
Oh
now.
wow, I got St. Mary's.
Saint Ma-
Well,
Two-
yeah, I got SMU. I'm right
They don't
with
have
you.
they don't have a big enough dude for Sonogo.
that Saxon.
Sonogo.
Saxon's huge.
I got UConn.
But I'm just saying
Not
your
enough.
your reason's dumb because
No.
Saxon's huge.
No, I can't. Willie, I can't. You know, just we'll leave it at that.
He's got to go East Coast. He's got to go.
The St. Mary's is they're a big foreign team too though. Like you talk about,
Yeah,
they recruit
it's
the
a
foreigners.
Gonzaga light.
Yeah,
TCU and the Zags.
Zags.
Taking the Christians here.
Zags.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Zags are going to win their first 2 games by a lot. A lot.
Joe?
What's the question?
TCU or the Zags?
The Zags.
Zags are winning a lot.
Northwestern versus UCLA.
UCLA.
UCLA. Doms.
Willie, will you check your phone for me?
I knew where you were going.
Kansas or Arkansas versus SHMU, not Southern Methodist, St. Mary's.
It's St. Mary's is
Or
still St.
UConn.
Mary's University,
Yeah.
so it's still
Yeah.
technically be
Yeah.
a SMU, but
Give me Arkansas over UConn.
I actually
say that again.
all over you.
Okay.
If Arkansas makes it that far, I agree with you there.
I'm
If,
gonna-
if that's a real matchup, I would pick that.
They have the talent.
Yeah.
Is Council on that team? Yeah.
That
I got
Black,
Kansas.
Anthony Black,
And then
Nick Smith. That one guy that blew his knee out. That was a transfer from Mizzou, I think. Potentially, I think it was Mizzou. Or pretty early in the year, he hurt. That hurts them.
Gannon's got VCU moving on.
VCU's tough. They're
Over St. Mary's?
Hey, they're tough. They're tough.
And is he talking in the Elite Eight?
No, yeah, he's got him moving.
But despite what I said about repeat champs, I still have Kansas going to the Elite Eight because
Yeah, dude.
because they're good. They're good.
Jacob wants to know why it's so hot.
Are you behind?
Zags versus UCLA.
This is
a
where
big game.
this is where
2 years ago,
Yeah.
it was a game of the tournament.
and this is where if UCLA was healthy,
Shit, snut sugs.
Yeah.
Half-court,
Yeah.
whatever.
if UCLA was healthy, UCLA 100% wins this game.
Yeah,
but
but
I'm
who
going
you got?
Zags. I'm going
No.
Zags.
Zags? Caleb?
Zags.
I actually have TCU in here, but I have UCLA.
Going with
beating
the
them.
Christian.
If it's Christians against UCLA, I pick
UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Their best defensive. Pac-12 defensive player.
I don't watch Pac-12.
UCLA is the best.
Hey,
defensive
just a
team
side
in the
note, real
country.
quick, Joe, because you hate the Big Ten. You know who hasn't won a championship longer and has no Final Four teams like hardly ever is the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is.
Here's the thing.
Back me up. I hate the Pac-12.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
But UCLA is a Big Ten.
Actually, next year you're right.
Well, you guys, your coveted Big 12 goes to crap too because Houston.
Houston go SEC.
Well, no. Well, that's a couple years, but next year,
I'm a Big
Houston,
East
which
guy.
they're good. Do you hear me? Though Houston's really good, but then it's like UCF, BYU.
Oh yeah.
And there's another
Big Ten
team,
is part of the
Cincinnati,
Mountain
maybe.
ACC and Big East should get together in the remnants of what's left and make a.
We
big
talked.
conference.
We made a really good conference when we were talking that one day. I would love the good Pac-12 teams, Gonzaga, St. Mary's, and a couple of the good Mountain West teams to all make a conference because the Pac-12's falling apart anyway because they're all leaving.
Just combine those.
So like
two,
like
and it's a
Oregon,
really good conference.
like
Who's gonna
Oregon,
take Notre Dame. Where are they going to end up? They got to.
ACC. They're still in the
I
ACC
can't
for
see-
basketball.
I can't
but
see that.
We're talking football?
I mean, they're stuck in ACC with basketball or football,
I
but
would-
I can't see them staying there permanent. I think they go to the Big Ten
I would like
because
that.
with UC,
I would-
USC and
All right, so I would
UCLA,
like that.
Could you imagine that?
I would love that.
Send Nebraska back to.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
going to be like the Big
Rutgers.
37 before it's all said and done.
Right.
I would love to see like Oregon, Arizona,
All of them combined.
Gonzaga, St. Mary's. Then we talk about your San Diego State. That would be fun.
conference
to
would be
Who we got?
ridiculous.
Kansas or the Zags?
Zags.
Arkansas over the Zags.
I don't dislike that pick because there's always a seven. There's a 7 seed, something like that about 7 seeds or lower making the
I'm going to take Kansas.
Final Four.
Just because Gonzaga is not
Yeah,
sound
here it
defensive.
is. It's a 8.
Is Joe getting paid for this? I am his agent.
8 out of 9 years.
Yes.
8 out of 9 years, a 7th or worse has made the Final Four. I didn't put one, but if I had to pick one, I would have picked.
10 years in a row, 5 seed.
There you go. So I mean, it goes.
The Final Four.
Yeah, it goes a farther where there's a 5 seed or lower, but 8 of 9 years has been a 7 or lower. I would pick A&M. There's some things behind the
They're
SEC.
the best.
The SEC hasn't won in a while.
They fall under that criteria.
The SEC hasn't won in a while either, but they make the Elite Eight. Like 24 out of 30 tourneys they've had. The SEC's had an Elite Eight
I
team.
got 2 SEC teams.
So yours is Arkansas.
And
That's what we got to do. We just got to go around the
Surprise,
table and
it's
say Final Fours because we don't have to go back and rehash. Caleb, who do you got in your Final
Hey,
Four?
Connor and Carson. I was telling. Hi guys.
My Final Four is pretty chalky. I got Bama, Marquette,
Alabama.
Texas. Sorry, Bill. Alabama and Marquette, Texas, and Kansas. 2 2s, 2 1s.
Willie?
Chalky.
Arizona, Purdue, Houston, Gonzaga. He is a kid that plays soccer for me.
Well, we love Nugget.
How about that soccer team though?
And so, yeah, you never get me on here
Yeah.
to talk about it.
How many
Let's,
times I asked you to come on air?
We'll get there. We'll
get there. Let's finish
This is the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
bug
yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
Wrestling team.
we'll get there. We'll get there. We're almost
Joe,
done with
who's your
this.
Final Four?
Did we do Willie's?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
My Final Four is Bama versus Duke, and then Houston versus Kansas.
Gosh,
We want to talk about chalk.
too many
I
ones.
got Bama versus Duke and Houston versus Arkansas.
I've got Zona, Duke, IU, and Zags. Who you got in the final game, Caleb? and who?
Not enough ones there. Just so you know, a number 1 makes the Final Four every year.
This is the year.
I got I got Marquette over Alabama.
You got Marquette winning the title?
I got Marquette beating Alabama. And
Recency
then-
bias.
Thanks, Willie. Didn't say anything about yours.
Tom, must be a Tom Crane
Wait till
fan.
your picks come up. Texas beating Kansas in the Big 12 rematch,
Wow.
and Marquette winning it all.
Nice.
over
Thanks,
Texas.
Colton.
So you got
That's
Texas.
probably not great for you, Willie.
Who you got winning it, Caleb? Who you got in the final
He
game?
only likes it
Marquette
because of
beating
Purdue.
Texas.
I'm going to write these down.
I like Willie Final Four.
You can just have
They
a-
got Purdue.
Marquette over Texas.
We can just give you these brackets.
You're not taking them with you? I don't want to.
No, I have this everywhere.
About a steak
You're
dinner.
great.
Yeah.
Who you
No,
got?
no. Real quick before we talk about grading it,
Teacher.
Yep. I
are
want the red ink.
these the same? Are these the same brackets that are in the challenge? That
No.
it's not.
The only thing I have.
Oh, then never mind. I was gonna say because they're already gonna grade themselves.
Yeah.
Well, I only
Right.
have one switch, and
We'll figure it out later.
I only have one switch, and that is Gonzaga and the UCLA game. That's other than that. That's the only.
Well,
one I
I mean, we'll just grade them.
Willie, who you got in the final game and winning it?
Purdue and Houston.
That's
Big
true.
Ten bias.
Sorry, what was the? I was
Purdue.
saying that's true to Babs.
Purdue
Babs
and
gets
Houston.
views.
And who's winning at Houston?
So I think Houston's gonna win, but I put Purdue winning it because I would rather root for Purdue. It's in Houston.
Who's?
Wait,
Purdue.
I thought all the Gosses were
Uh,
Purdue fans.
Yeah. Is he not?
Jared's a Purdue
It's
fan.
it's Juju, Joe.
However,
You should know.
I'm rooting. I would rather.
Yeah.
You have
I will
Purdue
teach
winning?
everybody in this.
I have
Purdue
Purdue winning.
Juju, if you would like me to. If not, continue to
not
lose.
talking-
You
We're
have
not
Purdue
talking
winning the
switches.
title. All right.
I'd rather root for something I want to happen.
Right.
I
Joe,
want the
who you
Big
got in
Ten
the
to
final
win.
game and who's winning?
I have Bama versus Alabama versus Kansas. And,
Those two one seeds won't. They just. They don't.
It's
mix.
gonna happen.
Tell 'em why
Just
you're wrong,
wait.
Billy.
I did already.
It's going to happen.
No
I've seen
repeat
it.
champs and
I've seen
number
the
one
script.
overall seed.
I wrote the script.
So who wins?
Innocent until proven guilty. Bama.
Kansas? Oh, Bama.
Did you see that Miller?
Oh,
Did you see
wow.
that Jordan? You remember Jordan Crawford that talked about the Miller situation? Played basketball at IU for a second,
Yes.
right? That's it.
Yes.
Transferred to
Yeah.
Xavier.
But they
Played
somebody tweeted about Miller getting picked by the Spurs. He's gonna go third, and he quote tweeted it and said, "They asked me in my interview of what happens if they pick me and I go back to Detroit and get shot. They ain't picking Miller." Like so, they like asked him about shooting and stuff. So yeah,
Levi, who you got?
It hurts. I got Duke for Arkansas.
In the final game. Isn't that a replay? Didn't they play that? Didn't
Long
Duke
time
and
ago.
Arkansas play in the final game?
Like
Was it here in Indianapolis?
long time ago.
Yeah.
Like
a long time.
90s?
I think it was.
Oh,
I think,
I was gonna say Duke, and then Duke beat Butler with
yeah,
Shire.
I think the year before then, I think they beat Arkansas
I know Duke.
here in the Final Four.
Wait.
Yeah, we're
I-
talking Leitner's teams. Leitner beat.
Duke beat Arkansas, I think, here, or UNLV, one of them here in the Final Four.
UNLV. It was UNLV because it was the running.
Right.
Like they
And
always
then
said
it was
the running.
Michigan.
Yeah.
after
So you're
that,
gonna beat
Fab
Arkansas.
Five.
Yeah.
I've got Zona over
Joe's got a
Zags.
shitty
I
grin
hate
on
to
his
say
face.
it.
I
I
don't know
just
why.
I hate
no.
to
This
say
is.
it. I think Duke.
I don't think Duke's gonna win their first game.
So we've got Marquette, Purdue, Alabama, Duke, and Zona. Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing about this
Can't-
year. It's wide open.
We never.
That's
I think so. They always say it's wide open and it never happens, but for some reason I do feel like it's.
But a number one seed's always made the Final
Do you
Four.
want me to make my Big Ten push here? We never got to talk
Yeah,
about it.
let's
We
get
never
to
got
it.
to talk about it. Okay, from 1999 to 2022. So that's since they've won, since they won the national title. The Big Ten has.
I'm not in the office, Babs. if you're my agent, I'm not in the office.
This will be the last show we ever do.
18. They have 18 final fours. That's the most out of any conference. Big Ten.
How many championships?
One. Because I said from 99 to 2022.
Yeah, you have
repeat
to.
that. I wasn't.
I know. 18 Final Fours, one championship.
Okay.
The best conference by a long shot since then has been ACC.
Hey,
Eight-
you got a bracket challenge on Yahoo or ESPN?
If you guys want to get on, I think Dean was being serious when he asked that though.
That's Duke. Duke's got that covered a
Yeah.
lot, though.
2000 to 2019. This is where I'm going to tell you. This is why. I saw this is at 538. Have you ever?
Yeah.
It's-
Analytics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from 2000 to 2019, the Big Ten had 16 Final Four teams. 48 Sweet 16 teams. The ACC had 15 Final Four teams and 50 Sweet 16. So pretty similar. The Big Ten only had 21 top 2 seeds.
Nobody remembers you for Sweet 16.
I understand that.
The
I'm just we're talking about a push. We're talking about
Until you get to the
hold on.
yeah. We're talking about a conference being
But the end of
overrated.
the end of it, though, Willie, is that championships are the only thing that matters.
So you
and
count,
the ACC wins.
I'll say 5.
The ACC wins, and the Big Ten does
just
not.
listen. You didn't let me finish. The 21 top 2 seeds in that time for those 16 Final Fours. Only 21 top 2 seeds.
I spaced out.
The ACC had
what did you say right there again?
21 top 2 seeds when they had 16 Final Four teams, though. Only 21 top 2 seeds. ACC had 37 top 2 seed teams, but only 15 Final Fours in that. I say only. That's still a lot of Final Fours.
Yeah.
The Big Ten, if they were seeded higher more often, I just don't think the Big Ten's just not bad. They just can't. They haven't won a
They beat
title.
up on each other all year.
But see, I don't agree with that either.
You don't think so?
As much as I love the Big Ten, you're telling me it is physical. And they do let them play more there, but every league beats up on each other.
Not like the Big Ten and the Big 12.
Not every league plays.
Houston didn't have to beat up on too many people this year, and I like Houston. I think Houston's winning. I think Houston's winning it all, even though I don't want to say that. They play slow. They like I was talking about. They play a slow tempo. They rebound. They play defense.
I think
It's
they
in
won
Houston.
it all last year. If Sasser doesn't.
Yeah.
I could see that. But Villanova beat them.
The only thing going against Houston is this is kind of why I narrowed it down where I didn't like Alabama because they're overall number 1 seed. Kansas doesn't repeat. There was a stat that says it's been 33 years since a champion has come from a conference with less than 4 bids. And the 2 top seeds are Houston and Gonzaga that are come from teams from conferences with less than 4 bids.
What are you talking about, Babs?
He's talking about big
2000.
last Big Ten team to win it
It
all.
was 2000.
If
Yeah,
you
2000.
had, I'll go around the room. Caleb, if you had $1 million to put on one team right now, guaranteeing the title, who you betting?
$100.
Million.
We do have $100. We're not broke,
I would
boys,
play it
Kevin.
safe and I'd take Alabama.
Houston, but I'd take Houston.
I would chase the odds, so probably.
Houston has the best odds
For
if you're
$1
saying that.
million?
This is $1
You'd be
million
chasing-
That's why I
bucks.
said $1 million
I'm
bucks.
putting $1 million
That's
on
why
somebody.
That's why it's negating the odds.
I thought you said $100.
No, $1 million bucks.
Well, did you hear me? Houston actually has the best odds to win, even though they're not the number 1 overall.
I would probably put it on Bama, but
Bama.
if it was just $100, I'd put it on Duke.
If I had $1 million,
Caleb's screen is.
I'd probably take Houston.
That's
If I had $1 million.
That's Home Bank's face. You unblur that right now.
It's fixed. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Bama fan.
Alabama.
Saban's not coached them, so
Coaches matter this time of year.
They do.
Who's their coach? Oates?
Bama.
Hall and Oates.
I hate Oates. I hate that guy. He's an idiot.
Buck Quinterly. You like him?
Dude, he handled the whole Brandon Miller thing as best as you could.
Are you kidding me? It's not even that. You know, he talked about last year.
Texas Southern, they coming back?
He talked about last year. Oates
What's that,
at
big?
practice. He put in a 4-point line and said, "Shoot from back there." What kind of idiotic crap is that?
And then
You
they
know-
missed like crazy amount of free throws that year.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, maybe instead of practicing
But
a
have you
shot
heard-
that doesn't exist, try your free throws.
Yeah.
Have you heard
He's
they're
an idiot.
looking to do that though?
That would be the dumbest thing ever.
I agree,
Southern is
but
down 10.
they're seriously talking about.
You know why that would be the dumbest thing ever? Because if you talk about it at the NBA level,
Let's hear it from your perspective.
Steph Curry, Dame Lillard, those guys that do shoot the deep ones, all it would do is put them at a greater advantage because they shoot well from back there. It wouldn't help anybody else. Nobody else.
Wouldn't help the youth.
No, coaching 7th grade basketball with this going on right now is real fun.
Kids pulling up there.
They love to shake and bake and shoot from 35 feet, and they can't get it there.
Yeah,
And they don't know how to dribble or hit
You
layups.
give him
That's
a
that.
4-point line though.
Oh yeah, it's worth it
You're going to win a lot more games.
for sure.
They're just
Two
kids.
possession, that's 8 points,
They're
coach.
just
I'm
kids,
just saying.
Billy.
They are just kids.
All right, sleeper. If you had to pick one sleeper, got to be outside the top 5.
Well, at this point,
Outside the top
Arkansas for you, right? That's what you have them
I
there.
got Arkansas in the final game, so
Sleeper.
I've been on Arkansas all year.
Sleeper. What do you mean by that, Kevin?
5 seed or higher.
To win, like to say, or to make a Final
outside the
Four?
top.
Outside of top
Top
5
5.
seeds, so that limits
To-
Five,
Duke.
no, 5 and higher. 5 or higher.
Well, then Duke.
Don't do Duke because that's just too many people
That's
on
always
Duke.
sleeper.
Yeah, that's
I know, but I'm just saying, if you're going to say 5, then Duke.
don't do Duke because that's not a sleeper.
Honestly,
A&M.
Is it to win or to
A&M.
make it far?
Make it a Final Four.
A&M for sure, 100% A&M.
St. Mary's, baby.
We're talking Texas.
Yes, Texas A&M. Texas A&M might make the Final Four.
I mean-
I hope they don't because I put Houston, but I think Texas A&M is good enough to make the Final
Or
Four.
the Christians, if they can
The
get
Christians.
back Gonzaga, play a
Yeah.
weekend UCLA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've shown they can play Kansas.
Yeah.
Told you the
You
low SEC team. Like, do you remember South Carolina was the 7th seed, made the Final Four?
I don't ever remember.
That was
South
we
Carolina
we
making
read
the
Stacked
Final
Pickle that year.
Yeah.
So whatever year you lived,
Ooh, I
we
wish
would go to
Stack
Stacked.
Pickle was still around,
Make us
dude.
call Gannon out for
Yeah, Gannon, dine and dashed at Stack Pickle.
Gary Brackett's gonna come get him.
Yep, dine and dash. Let it be known.
You know,
Arrest him.
Gary Brackett.
Gannon, though, man. That wasn't Gannon.
Now they're out of business.
Now they're out of business.
Think that does that equate there? Is that what happened?
The Birds beat the Falcons. That's all that matters. And then they won the Super Bowl. So Gannon, don't worry
Just
about it.
hey,
Dude.
one more reminder about Duke: a 5 seed is the only top 8 seed that has never won a national title.
We ain't picking him. Well, this guy is.
Yeah, some people are.
Three
I
of the
hate to
4
say it,
1
it makes
seeds
me
have never
sick.
won a national
It makes me
championship.
sick. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Number ones win. They've won 26 out of 43 national champions total.
What year was it all?
12 out of the last 15. 12 out of the last 15 has been a 1 seed.
Kevin Love's year. So
Oh, 07 maybe.
Houston, Bama, nor Purdue. None of them have won a
No.
title.
But did
What
you?
about the 2 seed? Zona has.
Zona
Marquette has not. Have
No.
No.
they?
UCLA
Texas has not.
obviously has.
Uh,
Or wouldn't.
Texas win with.
Texas is not.
I'm
one.
tired,
man.
Durant.
But did you hear that? 12 out of the last 15 champs have been number 1 seeds,
Rick
though.
Barnes couldn't get out
Yeah,
of the
that's.
second round.
I mean, that's why they're number 1.
I'm trying to. I'm trying.
KD.
So Nova was a 2 seed one of the years they won, correct?
Dude,
He's
don't
not
be
listening to me.
accusing my husband.
I think they were.
Hey, Joe, was Nova a 2 seed when they won one of those 2 titles?
All the man
I
has
believe
in
so.
town is his word.
I believe so.
Joe, did you hear? Dang it!
Hey, those mics pick up really well.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm sorry.
Was
I'm
Nova
sorry.
a 2 seed the first time they won? They were a 2 seed, correct? When they beat North Carolina,
They were a
4
2
seed.
seed.
correct.
They were a 2
Okay.
seed when they beat
So
North
the
Carolina.
3 that weren't for the last 15 years were Nova, Villanova, UConn was like a 7 or whatever that one year, correct? When they beat
6 or 7.
Butler.
Indiana was a 7 when they won in '81.
No, they were a 7 when
Last
they
time
beat
they won it.
Kentucky.
Didn't win when they were.
That was the year UConn beat them. UConn beat them that year with Shabazz Napier. And then UConn was a 3 seed.
I
when
want to
they
let it be
beat-
known it was not an intentional
Butler.
dine and dash by Gannon. It was a very rowdy night. The Birds just beat the Falcons.
So-
Stack Pickle. We got ridiculous. So his word is his bond.
One seed's winning the tournament, guys. 1 seed's winning the tournament. You just got to find the right one. The way I narrowed it down was other statistics.
Said, don't think.
But out of all
Yeah.
the years,
Over another one.
out
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah.
years,
So there
this
you
could
go.
be the year no number 1 seeds make the Final Four.
That has 14 out of 15 years. There's been at least one in there.
But this could be the year. Very easy.
I think the year it wasn't was I would assume
drunk now too.
I would assume the year that we were just talking with UConn beating Kentucky, that was probably the year there wasn't a 1 seed because UConn and Kentucky were both like a 7
sweating.
and an 8.
Kentucky
Sorry.
was an 8.
Yeah.
Can't say my sleeper.
Sleeper.
I use back.
I use back.
No, for real. Kent State is.
You want to hear where IU was when we were in college? I went to Panama and hung out with Jeremy. What was that Jeremy guy's name? Went Central and Holloway. I hung out with Holloway on spring break. He wasn't playing in the tournament. He was on the beach in Panama.
Cannon Myers next, John Wood.
That's TJ Wolf.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the soccer team now?
Sure. We're open now. We got our picks in.
Good seeing you, Kev.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a big supporter, Levi.
What's up,
Here
Jim?
we go, Jim.
Down the Dominican Republic. Oh my God.
Well, appreciate that, Weasel.
Who's winning the World Baseball Classic?
Not the United
Not the
States.
United
They
States,
get beat today?
No,
Last
but
night?
but Puerto Rico.
Why is the U.S. not winning?
they just don't have it. They don't have the pitching.
Puerto
I
Rico.
was gonna say their lineup.
Pick up
They
that
don't
kid.
have the
right?
pitching.
Pick up
Yeah.
that kid from Canada.
Lindsay Ace.
I
Lance
said the
Lindsay,
Dominican,
yeah.
aren't they stacked
They
too?
don't have the pitching.
So
Who is the favorite though? Really?
Probably the Dominican.
Their lineup is ridiculous. And Puerto Rico.
well, I just know Puerto Rico's got a couple Mets that are good.
The States have 3 Phillies. It should have 4 if Harper wasn't hurt, but
Who's
Turner, Real Muto, and Schwarbaum.
Yeah, Schwarber.
Schwarber.
Why isn't he playing every game? They rotate them?
They have. I think there's some restrictions they have on players. Like
Really?
Soto just had his restriction uplifted,
One
so
of
he
them
can play
pitched
on
like
back-to-back.
41 pitches. They had to take him out of the game.
Yeah,
I don't want my pitcher.
yeah.
WBC.
Who
I
was
love
it?
America
Was it
as much as the
was
next
it Trey
guy was.
Turner?
I bring up Martinsville soccer.
We're going back to it.
Baseball
When
fan.
Trey Turner said that there's nobody that's won the WBC that's went on to win the World Series. One of them just said that.
Like a player, like if a player was
Yeah.
on that team, their team.
One of
So,
them said that.
all right, Puerto Rico
You
get
need
beat.
to lose.
I
Puerto
think
Rico
he's-
get beat.
I think he was just spouting, but
Well, I
I
hope
mean,
the United States. I'm sorry. I hope they lose now because there's 3
I
fellas
think he
on that
was
team.
just throwing it out there, just having fun. But
Quit having fun.
Random tournament question. I asked Levi this the other day.
I'm always
You
good to
think-
talk about turning too.
16 seed. If you put Giannis right now on a 16 seed,
They'd
would they
win.
win it all?
They win it all.
you
Would
couldn't
they
do
win
that.
it
It's
all?
illegal. He's a pro.
He would score. He would score at will. They
You
couldn't
think
guard
if-
him.
If you put him on a 16 seed,
They'd win
would
it
they
all.
Win it all?
They'd win it all. They'd win it all.
What about LeBron straight out of high school?
That's not talking about.
Oof.
I don't know. I don't think they win at all.
No.
Probably not right out of high school.
Well, now, yeah. That's what.
What?
Are you talking about Giannis?
We're talking about Giannis.
But let's think about.
Let's talk about Giannis.
But like he said, think about. Remember Giannis when he wasn't. How old's Giannis? I don't know. How old is
He's
he?
like 29.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been
Yeah,
in the
have
league
you
for what?
seen him when he was 18?
18, right? They don't win like.
So is it
it's
now
a
Giannis?
I'm talking
Yeah.
right now.
Right, but that's-
You
but-
put Giannis right now.
But that is why it's a
on a
null and void question, just
I don't
because.
think it'd be close.
Yeah, right now they'd
he's a
win.
Grown man.
Put him on
Corpus
Corpus Christi.
Christi. Hey, did you hear that guy say the other night? We ain't done. It's March. We're not done yet. Like they're beating Alabama first round.
Yeah, you're done.
If you put them college age Giannis, no, nothing changes.
Oh yeah.
But that's why I
That's
don't
why I say
know.
LeBron out of high school because
So no, they're good. They're good, but
was ready.
they're good, but no,
Yeah,
they don't win it all.
LeBron was.
He wasn't good enough to carry a college team.
Kobe was more ready at that age than LeBron was.
This is so we talked about
How
the
big Kobe got.
me
Kobe averaged 7 points as a rookie. LeBron averaged 25.
me and Joe talked about this.
Was built different, man. I'm sorry.
That's me and Joe talked about this. The college game's way different than the NBA, just in general. Everybody knows
Yeah.
that.
Wait.
So it's like having it like there's defense. Like when you run into, so you throw a LeBron in college when he was high school.
Smart, though.
I agree with that, but so are teams that play deep. Like defense is different in college.
Stop it, Kev.
Defense is different in college, and it's teams are different in college, and it's just a different game. That's why I hate watching it, because to me, the guys who are NBA prospects, it doesn't matter what they do in college because they're NBA prospects. They're labeled already. So like really, like I'm not saying Cam Whitmore is bad because he's not, but like he didn't do anything special this year, but he'll still be a top. Like Hood Shafino, like what? Why? Because he had a couple good games, but he's going to be a top. Like people get labeled, but
Yeah.
but it's because the college
agree
game's
with that.
different than the.
It's all about athleticism.
Yeah, that- they
Whitmore
don't even-
has shown spurts where it's like, damn.
That, but they don't.
Dude.
Right, but that's what they.
Yeah.
Everything's
You
a
can
ceiling.
train-
Everything's like you're worried about their ceiling.
When
You
you
don't care
can train
about.
at your craft 24/7 instead of going to school and everything, there's a difference when you're in the pros. You don't have to worry about anything but training.
I'm
And that's
pre-
eating, sleeping,
Listen,
living it.
I had a couple college basketball players in the class once. They didn't care about school either, though. They weren't
Yeah,
worried
but
about
they weren't-
anything
You
else.
see him
It's all about potential.
No.
but I mean,
No.
it's
They didn't potential. But it's annoying because then you have guys who are, which the ones that are still good in like a Desmond Bain.
Yeah.
You know, like he's a good in the NBA, but nobody would have talked about him because he wasn't one of the guys that's labeled. But if you're still good enough, they work their butts off and earn it anyway.
Yeah.
So it just makes me mad seeing these guys that like they suck in college, but they were labeled. One of them's Imani Bate, like that. Well, I mean, he sucks.
Where's he, is that the one that was at
East,
Memphis?
yeah, he's like Eastern Michigan.
and they went.
12
One
and 20.
game-
He's a loser, is what he
That
is.
one
so.
game he went berserk though.
I
forget
understand
which game
that.
that is.
so,
but-
so when are you going to have a
And
soccer
they
team come in
lost, yeah.
studio?
Soccer team come in studio. I'd love to do it in the summer when we're like no school, and so I can get kids will be more apt to come here and have a couple.
When's your season
A
start?
couple beers.
Yeah, yeah. Like, do you mean practice? Like when we start practicing, or when we have like first game and stuff?
When's your first game?
Second week of school, so it's like August.
So
whatever
you're-
that
you're a
Tuesday.
fall
7th.
sport.
Yeah,
I
August
didn't realize
17th or 18th, whatever that Tuesday is.
I thought you guys were a spring sport
No,
for some reason.
no fall.
Well, he's got these boys out there at 8:30 on Saturday.
That was club soccer practice. That was not high school
Got him
practice.
ready to roll.
You're gonna get me in trouble with IHSA. I'm not even allowed to be around them right now. You guys are gonna get the
We're not a
IHSA.
football
and-
team who doesn't win anything,
Right.
and we got the soccer boys out here putting in work.
We are getting
on
so a
Saturday.
couple things. Just
Football team was ranked this year.
Yeah, you know.
and
year.
yeah. We'll talk.
I'm less.
Well, let's not talk about Martinsville football.
11. So we were 11-6 this past season. Most wins since we were all in high school in 08. We're going to be even better this year, I think. Honestly, we do lose some key players, but the majority of the players I played last year were freshmen and sophomores.
How
If
long
you
you
take-
been the head coach?
So will be my upcoming will be my third year, but I was the assistant for 9 years prior.
Okay.
So I've been
I'm a
involved.
painter of soccer.
But but we're gonna be good. We're gonna be real good.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Print the headlines. Martinsville soccer coach guarantees more wins this year.
12 or more.
Reporter times.
12 or more.
This never goes away.
Print it.
By the way,
That's the kid that's nicknamed Nugget. But but we're also getting a new turf field.
Hi, Mike.
There's that new turf project, so we're all gonna have a nice.
Mike.
We're gonna have a nice new turf field this season. It's gonna be fantastic.
Really?
Turf.
Sheesh.
Is that gonna help the game or
Yeah, kids.
speed you up?
The way our team plays now, we can actually possess the ball and keep the ball. And when you play on a thick grass field, it makes it difficult. But with turf, there's
What about
they
turf?
apparently.
Oh, Goose in the house.
Turf monster will do it.
We had this talk. Who's the better coach, Goose or me?
At the
Under 11
But
and a half.
the win total, I guarantee you, Goose is probably set at 8. We haven't had back-to-back double-digit win
Then we
seasons.
bet under 8.
We haven't had back-to-back double-digit win seasons since 08 and 09. So it's been 15 years.
Regionals?
There we go, goo.
That was 07 when there were like 5 straight seasons starting from
You
like
wanna talk
06,
about a
07,
dude who
08,
knows how to run a
09.
program. It's Goose in his baseball program.
Listen,
That's how you run a program.
hey, you want to hear something? You want to hear something, Joe? Hey, we had 65 kids coming to camp this past summer. 65. Previous year I ran it, we had 40.
I don't know what,
Is
like,
that
how.
just high schoolers or
No, I'm talking about like little kids camp. Like when you put on a camp. Like,
Sports growing.
yeah, we had 65 kids.
Good.
Don Lips is doing a fantastic job at the Y. Our Y program's huge now. There's so many kids in the Y. The middle school program's growing. The coach there is doing really well.
If I
Todd
can teach
Kramer.
Lincoln not to spear kids, I'll get him into soccer. But, you know.
not be a sport?
I tell kids,
More of a
that's we can.
Yeah,
Hey,
Lincoln's going to be
Listen,
teaching wrestling.
we can develop soccer. I can't develop aggression, athleticism, all that stuff. I love any athlete can play.
You want a kid, like, you know, in hockey they have enforcers?
Yeah,
You need
love
one of those?
Love them.
Gotta have
We need them.
They
You gotta have
your
them.
goon.
You gotta have them. Because in high school you can sub as much as you want to.
What?
So you're like,
5'5", baby.
hey,
You can sub in high school at any time.
well, not like
Something back then.
yeah, you can. And soccer, yeah, soccer's not like other soccer sports, like professional wise. You can stabbing mother. You can sub it. Yeah. So what I'm saying, it has to be like in a stop, like when the ball goes out of bounds, like it would be in basketball. But yeah, as much as you want.
Asking.
As much as you want. There's not a limit on subs in high school
Really?
soccer. Yeah, it's different. College is a little different than professional. College is like you can get subbed once. Once you come out in the first half, you can't go back in, but you can restart the second half. And then if you get subbed out, you have one player go back in the second half.
I have to ask this guy to understand it. Yellow card is like a timeout.
No.
Slap
No,
on the
yellow
wrist.
cards.
Yeah, like,
hey, don't
think
do
of
that.
like your flagrant 1 and 2s.
So you get
Yellow
how many
card's
red
like a-
cards can you get before you get ejected?
Red card 1.
One red card.
Think of it's literally the exact same analogy. So one flagrant 1's a yellow card warning. It's bad though. You have to come out of the game just like you would a technical foul in high school. If you get a second yellow card or a second flagrant 1 in basketball, you're out. Second yellow card turns into a red card, you're out.
Do you miss the second game and next game?
Yes. There's also a yellow card accumulation where if you get 5 yellow cards, you have to sit out a game as well.
Same as tax.
I'd run them up.
But it gets close. Our foreign exchange student this year had got more than 5 yellow cards.
You're gonna drop kick. I can save them yellow cards up for a big game and just
Well,
rough them up.
so I'm going.
I just we got some giving games too that we win usually.
No.
It's a couple.
Soccer.
Coach says games are gimmies. Headline.
Coach says
I'm just telling you, just
games are.
I would love more
Who are
community
the
support.
gimme teams?
Hey, I would love more.
We're not there.
I would love more community support.
Eminence.
We don't play Eminence.
North Putt.
Eminence for sure.
I would love the community support and people come watch our games. Like I said, we're gonna have a nice new facility. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be fun to watch. And I would love to bring the guys on here and we'll talk about it. We'll
What
talk about
gym
what
is
we're doing.
Goose at?
GIM or GYM?
You still at gyms?
Yeah, we got to do that. We'll make it happen.
I would love to. Would love to.
Glad you finally got on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I had to kind of weasel my way in and ask Joe to get in here.
I had to see it on Facebook and see that I was left out.
That's all. Well, Joe actually called me. So
You work at the bank with him. You should have.
last year, so what happened was last year, Joe, like the day of, was like, "Hey, do you want to come on and talk?" He literally called me. He goes, "Come to."
Because I had asked them, and they're like, "No, I don't want to do it." Come
Well,
on.
he called me last year, and I was doing something, and said I can't, but I would like to next year. And I called him last week and said, "Hey, are you guys going to talk on porch time about this?" And it's like, "Cause I want to do it." And
I called him and set it up.
Yeah.
I see you all over the place.
I would love to do. You said something about a sports talk show. It'd be great to do something like that.
Once a month. I don't care.
I'm
Twice
love
a
to do
month.
that.
Sports are about to die down.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not really.
I mean,
Soccer
We got
doesn't.
the greatest sport ever starting up here next month.
Why talk baseball?
Baseball is not the greatest
April
sport.
baseball.
Yeah.
We can talk
For the
about.
most part.
We can talk about Mets Phillies constantly.
We'll talk NL East, not
Yeah, that's
if
it.
you want that.
That's what we can talk Mets
You can
Phillies.
always talk football. The draft will be coming up, so
You guys don't like it. I told you there's soccer stuff going on all the time too. We can.
What do you think about Ronaldo taking that Saudi money?
Gambler's on that show.
Whoa.
There's a limit.
I'll get McCann on here.
I don't like it, but I understand why. How you turn down $200 million a year when you're 40 years old, almost like Ronaldo is.
I don't know if that's legitimate, but
No, it is legitimate.
Martinsville
No.
baseball should be
Listen,
good.
I want to get the coach on here. He's a good dude.
Who's the baseball
Coach
coach?
Peterson's a great
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I'll actually be able to, if we do this sports thing, I can bring information about my kids playing baseball this
I
year.
would like for
So I plan on going to some of the games, but
Martinsville
their
baseball to be
pitching,
good.
pitching's very good. Like high level pitching. Some of the kids I've talked to, I think they're worried about their hitting a little bit, but
Franklin, they got a guy that's top 2 draft this
Who?
year.
The only type of hitting that matters is timely hitting.
Max Franklin, I think. No, that's a kid at the Martins. It's
Clark.
Max Clark. That's right. Yeah,
From Franklin?
that's why I
That's
said
like
Max.
top 3
Draft.
pick. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Martinsville's got a Notre Dame commit.
Yep.
Wolf. The other stud pitchers, Kevin Reed's. Evan.
Clark.
Max Clark.
We came up with it. Kevin Reed. There's a guy named Reed. That's a
AJ Reed's brother.
no. Fortunately for
Neil Reed's brother? Hmm.
anyway, he's a lefty. He's a
Reed.
He's the one that got Knight in trouble, but he's passed since then.
he's a lefty. Throws hard. Good pitchers going to Evansville. A couple other guys that can throw.
Oh, no, that would be a good
Franklin.
conversation.
I
PJ
thought it
versus
was-
Liv.
I thought it was Franklin High School, not Franklin. I could be wrong.
I think it's Franklin Community. Goose is wrong. It's in our conference. It's Franklin. It's Franklin.
Come on, Goose. Come on, Goose.
We do have our golf outing coming up. We need teams and sponsors. You are.
You got to talk to. I don't have
I
any
haven't
control
seen
over
anything. I got to ask Beth.
Is there a chance that we don't allow signs this year?
We don't allow
Or allow him.
signs to be contacted
Or
by
allow
the
him.
players.
that.
We won't get into that.
yeah.
I-
Goose backed you up. He said that's what he
Yeah.
meant.
I was not as guilty.
Not as
We're not addressing that.
I was guilty.
Next question.
I played the
Not
fifth.
as guilty.
I played the fifth.
I am allowed back. Thank you, Babs.
I'm gonna be honest. Joe did behave a lot better than I thought he was going to tonight.
Yeah, dude, I
We're
behave.
still on air.
I know. We still got time.
Turn these mics off and we'll
start to rib.
You got something to say you can't say on mine?
Please don't.
I already said something that you two caught that no one else did, but it wasn't terrible.
Just don't repeat it. Don't
I'm not
repeat it.
going
No,
to.
what happens is we have a few viewers that listens to this, like the beats it says on it.
April 29th.
And it,
Catches everything.
So
Yes.
smooth, yeah.
29th.
I guarantee
Hear
it.
everything. One night we were at
29th of March.
April.
April. Okay.
We were at
He did say no. Yeah, Gannon.
I was
know
like,
Gannon
it's quick.
said no to the
I asked
outing.
him to play.
He did.
wow.
Levi texted both of us, and he asked, and Gannon said no.
Wow.
Interesting.
Willie said he'd play.
Yikes!
Alrighty.
I am on set squad.
I suck at. I suck
It's
at
no
golf.
fun. It's for scholarships.
I
That's the
know.
whole thing.
I know.
I'm tell you, I'm not one.
We were doing the Relay for Life
Like
one
it.
time. We were there late at night. Corey and I
Oh,
set
missed
up
that text.
away from everybody.
Why am I?
And
not-
we just set the mic down, the
Are
headsets
texts actually
down,
going through?
and weren't saying anything because it was a quiet moment. Well, there's 3 high school kids,
Oh.
2 girls and a dude,
Oh,
50 feet from us talking about
it's not my
their
team.
extracurricular activities.
And you could hear him.
And we could hear them in fun.
Dude, I'll
we had to
pull
go over
up
and
the
tell them.
receipts right now, Gannon.
What are you guys talking about?
You know what? You know what?
It's
It's not
Just
worth
how
it.
easy. Just how
Nothing
easy
but
it
love.
is to pick these microphones to pick up.
Don't come at us.
We got
Babs,
you golfing
not my
last
team.
year. We got you hitting one.
Dead air. We can't have dead
Yeah,
air.
we,
We gotta keep talking.
We played on the high school one. I did actually played really well, and that's a fun one too for the high school team. That's at the country club. All right, guys. Anybody got anything else? Caleb, Joe.
I'm gonna go play Call of Duty.
How far away from opening day? 15 days? 16 days?
The 30th. So 15 days.
Who's first game this year? Reds and
Who cares? It's probably gonna be.
why do they do that? Play Monday and Tuesday, and then they're off Wednesday, and then just to set the week.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thursdays and Mondays are
Alright,
typical off
Matt-
days.
Matt's got a good chance. I think Matt's got a really good
Yeah,
chance this
Mets,
year.
Phillies, Braves,
The whole NL East.
I don't think
excluding the Marlins.
Giants play Yankees. That'll be fun.
The Phillies play the Rangers, I'm pretty sure.
Play the Yankees.
Start off against DeGrom,
I don't know where it's
I
at.
think.
Losing Aaron Judge.
It's unfortunate, but tell you what, we got pretty good.
You got
but-
someone who's better than DeGrom, and his name's Verlander.
Giants got Arson though, right?
We got Arson Judge.
Arson Judge.
Arson Rodgers is going to the Jets.
We had Carlos Correa for 6 days.
Yeah,
Hey, the Mets had him a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Mets had him longer, but not for
Did
good.
Rogers go to the Jets yet?
Not
He's
yet,
going to.
But he's
He
going.
intends to play.
Does it matter? If
He doesn't
does?
have any demands. His only demand is.
Does he have
17.
anything left in the tank though?
He doesn't
Yeah,
have
Yeah, he
enough.
does.
He's got stuff left,
You
but
gotta go
yeah.
eat.
More than Matt Ryan had when he got here last year.
Well,
100%.
yeah.
Oh, not
And he's got a
close.
defense.
Well,
Are
you
the
gotta
Colts
go
going to
eat.
go after Lamar Jackson?
No,
Yeah.
because they're stupid.
They should.
Should they?
Yes.
They might if it comes down to crunch time and the
Hey,
Cardinals start taking field.
Jacoby
advantage at
Brissett.
3.
Anybody see that?
Yeah, Jacoby.
Brissett's coming to my Redskins or
already-
Commanders.
Commanders.
Hey,
Hey.
why wouldn't you go after Lamar Jackson? What's he been in the league? 5 years?
Yeah,
So he's a rookie quarterback that's polished and is a stud, which you're going to have to wait to do no matter who you draft.
What's crazy is the amount of
that-
teams that came out and said, we're not interested in him as soon as it was like,
It's a script.
it's
Is
something
that
to do with.
style sustainable?
I think
though?
it's something to do with money. He
The way
just
he
there's not an
plays.
agreement. Like nobody wants to. It's not that he's not worth a lot of money, but
Yeah.
he wants more than he's
Then
worth.
you got
Like,
to take
that kind of
Levis
thing.
or whatever his name is from Kentucky.
I do not want.
Because the dude
Levis.
from Florida's plays like Lamar.
he's got a gun nickname though,
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
he?
a big boy.
He
He's
AR-15's bad.
big boy.
He's a bad man.
Canceled.
who has the nickname AR-15?
That's the guy from
Anthony
Florida,
Richardson.
Roberson. Or
Oh,
Richardson.
Richardson, yeah. That guy can
Third.
throw it,
He's
but
a freak.
Demarcus Russell
But
would
he's
throw
not-
it too.
yes, he could. One butt cheek, 80 yards, and really, you're out of the league
Well, you
because he
remember
could
the-
throw it.
The way they.
Remember the
Thought it was
Jamarcus
one
Russell?
knee,
You know
no.
how they busted him?
That's what they were joking.
Did you
The-
ever
You
hear
know
that?
how they
the
busted
tape?
Jamarcus
Yeah.
Russell? They sent him home with game tape.
Oh,
Watch.
that's right.
blank tapes.
Sent him home and then had him come back to practice and watch tape and you. Blank tapes.
He's probably telling the truth that he watched it. He's like, "Oh man, this is short." There's nothing on there.
This is sick.
I couldn't get it to play. Yeah, that's
He wouldn't have
sad.
got much from that tape anyway if he was watching it.
No.
Dude
No.
was an idiot.
Yeah.
Just go out there and as far as
Yeah.
Well, Brady Quinn though.
That was sad.
I
Unfortunately.
mean, Quinn had a better pro career than Jamarcus Russell.
That's
so-
saying something.
Jimmy Clausen did.
But he threw to Jeff Samardzija too.
Mel
though,
Kiper was on record as saying he would retire if Jimmy Clausen wasn't a good NFL quarterback.
Is he retired yet?
So-
No.
Clausen was good.
It's about
Played
as
for
good
the
as
Bears.
Sims.
Panthers, 1 point.
Bears, Panthers. I had a Clausen Panthers
The
jersey.
Bears
Sports lock.
may
for
have
first
pulled off the
round.
greatest.
You want a bet lock? Yeah, let's get a little
I did.
I haven't seen all the
sleeper.
lines.
first round lock.
Yeah, you guys do your bed and stuff here. Your bidding and bedding.
First round lock.
You guys want a group parlay?
We'll do one tomorrow. We don't have to do
We'll
it.
get one for the viewers.
That's fine.
Who we got?
Can I see the bracket? real
What's
quick?
the over and under on the Bama game?
We got to go tomorrow. Is it got to be a Thursday?
Bama's the
game?
biggest.
Yeah,
favorite of the-
he said no. He said first round, so it can be.
Bama's the biggest favorite of the first round.
He said he can. I saw a stat.
Is this Thursday, Friday? Can it be?
Either one.
There was a
round. Sorry.
4-13 games have been very close. Like 16 out of 18, the 13's covered or something. Or I mean, 14 out of 16, the last 4 tournaments, the 13's
I
covered.
don't- If we're gonna do Thursday and Friday, do you have one? Because then because I know we're both in agreement on one.
We going first round.
Which one are we talking about?
I'm gonna take Texas A&M. If,
Go for it. That's fine.
okay,
fine.
Texas A&M money line.
Penn State over Penn State.
Yes,
Wait,
Texas
wait.
A&M.
A&M's making the Elite
What
Eight.
is the odd on that? If you could find it. It's gotta be close, right?
What's that?
You good with that? A&M over Penn State?
Texas A&M by
Money
2.5.
line?
Yeah.
I'll
So
take money.
minus 152
For money line, that's
Texas A&M money line.
Who'd you take? A&M money line?
Easy.
I took A&M money line.
That's his lock. Who you got, Caleb?
I got a big spread that I like. I like Houston minus 18.5. smacking Northern Kentucky.
I like
They
that.
got embarrassed against Memphis. I think they're going to come out
Guns blazing.
and smack.
This is that he
Northern
takes that
Kentucky.
Alabama squad to score
It's gonna,
73.
well, and I'll tell you what,
Houston minus.
the way they play, it might even be 55-30. Because, but they'll still win by. You know what I mean? But they'll still win by a
line
bunch.
now, just in case they might pump it up because 18.5 is a good number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got like Alabama.
Under 20.
Alabama's at 23
They're
and a half.
probably
So.
taking into account Sasser. They're just
Yeah.
I'll take them 18.5 without Sasser.
Yeah, there's too much athleticism there.
Willie, are you stuck
I'm
with
still
the
kind of
A&M?
scrolling. No, that's. I mean, I'm not. That's what. I'm not gonna steal his. I'm looking.
I was just looking at that one.
I'm
So-
not taking it. Michigan State's a good one.
Yeah, I
Is
agree
Kent
with that.
State favored over IU? They can't.
No, they're 4.5 point underdogs.
IU
You
is.
see Kent State play
I
Finn and Gonzaga this year?
On the road.
played them tough, but
Purdue and at IU.
I'm an IU guy.
While they were number one,
Houston and
I'm just
Gonzaga played them close.
but if Purdue wins those games, guess who's number one seed in the tournament?
probably overall, yeah, Purdue probably would be. That's like transitive property always, though. Just because they play them tough doesn't mean you play somebody else tough necessarily. But
That's impressive though.
the reason why they played Houston tough is because Houston couldn't score that game. Because it wasn't like it was a high scoring game. They hung with them. It was 49-44, I think, against Houston. So it was low.
We need 2 losses, boys.
I know. I just State, Michigan,
Michigan State.
Michigan
What's the
State.
line?
Just do money line because it's a 2.5 point
Yeah, it
favorite.
said Vermont plus 10.5.
I like that.
Well, good thing Gana's not in this.
But
Sorry, G.
I still like that, G. I do like that. But we all right with State. We like State money line.
He showed me that, and I said I like that. That's
Yeah.
what we were talking
You got
about.
State money line.
Bring us home.
Loud. You know,
We got 3 winners.
So what was it? State.
We got
I can't.
Michigan State money line, A&M money line, Houston.
That's right.
Give me
And this is more than a 1 unit play.
Louisiana
$1
Lafayette.
unit play.
No, it's just more of
Lafayette plus 11.5.
What'd you say?
Louisiana Lafayette. Who they got?
Tennessee.
Yeah, I like that.
You're so
Plus
down on
11.5.
Tennessee right now.
Yeah, they're bad. Raging
They
Cajuns.
finished 5-7.
What's
was
the
that
plus
line?
what?
Louisiana Lafayette.
11.5.
Plus 11.5.
Damn.
What's the over under? Hey, what's the over and under in that game? It's because Tennessee's defense.
136.
Tennessee's defense is that.
Top 7, I
Yeah,
think.
Tennessee's. I mean, I gotta look it up. Tennessee's defense is
Really good.
really
What's
good.
over and under?
136.
I tell you what, that take the under in that game too,
Rick Barnes couldn't make it out of the second round with Kevin Durant.
because
That's a fact.
that's it.
He's got a point.
He does. Tennessee.
Kevin Durant.
Tennessee's
Most
up
prolific scorer probably in college history.
and NBA history really just because it's.
And can't get out of the second round.
Tennessee's can't score very well, but they I mean their defense is unbelievable. So I'm saying aside, I like the under in that game too. That's yeah. I'm just saying that was a side note of everything. I like the under. In
What's the plus what on that?
Have to find out.
Plus 979.
that. Are we?
I'm putting a C note on it.
Are we making that? Are we making a different one tomorrow for the?
Yeah, well,
Different
duh.
Different
Okay.
day, different way. You feel me?
I mean, plus 979.
I'm glad these guys only have one show a month.
Oh,
The viewers are gonna say, get these guys on here
Bring them
all
back.
the time.
Different
Do it.
day, different lay.
Yeah.
With that,
Hey, this room's open and available 4 nights a week.
one thing I got to talk about is that does anybody have any good recommendations for deodorant? Because this Old Spice, man, it's not cutting for me anymore.
Degree.
sweatiness or smell
Smell, dude.
Degree.
Oh, well, I have issues with sweating, so I
The
change
back.
deodorants all the time trying to find ones that
You
help
get
me quit
antiperspirant
sweating.
or no?
It's a perspirator.
Yeah.
You don't get antiperspirant?
No,
That's
You know what that means?
what does that mean?
anti-sweat.
I don't sweat from my pits,
Well,
huh?
Oh,
I do
What are we
bad.
asking for?
Yeah.
The stench.
oh, then
I
you
got
got
stinky pits.
change your soap.
Doesn't that
And get
stench
some
come
degree.
from sweat though?
I don't. It's just like I put it on there. I don't really sweat from my armpits. Just
Do you think we were going to be ending this with deodorant?
No,
Yeah.
but that's
I
all right.
need a good-
You
I
never
need a
know where
good-
it's going to go.
I need a good brand.
All right, we need to clarify here. Are we doing a steak dinner for the winner of this bracket?
Yeah, give me your
Where
brackets.
Yeah.
Where
Hey,
at?
You know,
Mine?
this is
We going
Yeah,
local?
this,
Yeah,
this is
we
local.
gotta
You gotta stay local.
support local businesses.
Yeah.
No,
There's a
no,
local-
no, time out.
There's a local business.
We're in Texas
There's
Corral.
a local business right
You're not
here.
allowed.
Yeah.
For that, like,
I'll allow it.
We'll go.
Bill should be like, yeah, dude.
Winner gets
Bring
a
him back.
winner gets a steak dinner at Texas Corral.
And
Yeah.
the four of us have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Sit there and watch him eat it.
I'll buy it.
Right.
I will actually pay, Dad. I
On
promise.
Matilda, we gotta watch him eat the whole thing.
Yeah. That's just.
Or they pay for it themselves if
yeah,
they don't
Willie's
finish
gonna
the
have
steak.
his.
Yeah, right. The old 689er. Pull it out.
You grading these?
Well, if I win, I'm gonna win, Gannon. Hopefully they.
We got to buy him a steak, Gannon. What do you mean?
Were you here long enough to hear his bracket? He ain't winning.
The only homer pick I picked was IU, and I don't have them winning it. I've got Zona winning it.
Zone doesn't play good enough defense. And they're not close enough.
Tell him, Bill.
They're not close enough in that adjusted offense or defensive efficiency to
Give him
win.
some stats.
The only,
Let's hear some
the
numbers.
the champ's coming from one of these 13 teams: Houston, Alabama, Texas, UConn, UCLA, Purdue, Kansas, Creighton, A&M, FAU, Maryland, Memphis, St. Mary's.
That's
St. Mary's. St. Mary's.
That's for the folks.
Now, also, I shared that with you guys in your
Mouse?
Hey,
Motorcycle?
whose is this?
in the group.
I'll sign
What's
it.
up, Willie?
In the group chat, I sent that article where the guy writes the 355 teams that aren't winning, and he leaves 8.
Yeah.
Those 8 teams were like, I think it was Purdue. It was the 4-1 seeds.
It's you or
That are
Willie?
not winning it, or that?
That will that, and every year he's done it. They've come from these 8 teams. It's the 4 number 1 seeds. 4 number 1 seeds. UCLA. Well, hey Nick, let's get in there. I was actually I didn't really have a contact. I guess I could have messaged you on Facebook, but I was like, dude, you're not getting in to defend your title. He wasn't in there
He
yet.
doesn't do
Back
anything
He
outside
just
of.
moved back from Texas.
Willie needs to shout out his
Nick did.
bracket
Nick
group.
Yeah, Bill,
hey,
shout that out.
is there a way to like put it on?
Can you
Like,
just-
can you like type
Put
it?
the link in there.
It's only, how many dollars is it?
$5.
5 units.
$5. We managed to get some unit shaming in here.
5 units!
What's the name of it?
So it's on Yahoo, the Yahoo Tourney Pick'em.
I'm just glad you changed the name.
So we've been doing this since what? I was probably a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember what the? So you get? No, it was Levi's the D-bag.
Is that the name of the group?
No,
Not me. Not me.
no, different
No,
Levi.
different Levi.
You go to Yahoo.
Yahoo, it's the group ID.
Yeah.
Group ID is 5060. So 5060.
Whose are they?
Mine. Okay, that's fine. Password is Hoosiers lowercase. Why are you so mean to me?
Right there, I go.
Yes.
doing something to me.
If you want to get in Willie's bracket,
Venmo at Willie Spina, $5. Winner take all. We have 60 people in already, so that means minimum $300 win at this point.
Venmo, that's with an N.
I think I know this Pam Pan.
WILLYSPINA Willie Spina.
Ham.
But like I said, I'm glad Nick popped up here because I was actually concerned that you weren't going to get in and defend your title.
That's all one word.
One and
though,
done
Willie
for Nick.
Spina.
I'll tell you that much. He's not gonna win it this year.
Yep.
Guarantee you that. No offense, Nick.
No offense to you, but you're not doing it.
So 4 number 1 seeds UCLA.
got it, Penny.
UCLA, Marquette, UConn,
You got it.
and
Look at McCann.
I think he put. Who's the other one he put?
Tyler McKinney.
Tennessee.
you got it.
Tennessee.
Shout out
You
to
hear me?
Venmo
So I know.
for-
You got
4 number 1 seeds UCLA, Marquette, UConn, Tennessee.
Lindor hit a inside the park home run.
Lindor's a stud.
Penny wants you to help her with Levi. Help her with that.
He's got it. You got it, Penny.
She was in it one year.
$5, winner take all.
I remember that
I'll
actually.
send it to you tonight, Penny.
She was in it one year.
Hey,
forgot
real
she
quick,
was.
I want Kevin to take a picture of his bracket right now and send it in the
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
cheat. Are you
I-
kidding me?
100% gonna cheat.
for a
My,
steak dinner. I think you might.
my bracket.
Oh, true.
Listen,
True.
you guys, like I said, my bracket's the same that's in the bracket challenge, so I can't cheat.
I'm not gonna
So-
cheat. Are you kidding me?
I usually have the same bracket at night.
So yours is not the same that's in the bracket at all.
None of mine are the same.
I got one on the
I usually
ESPN
do.
app. That's,
Playing the odds, brother.
Well, the only reason why I hate that is like I called that upset. Yeah, when you make 10 brackets, you can pick every 12 seed, every 13 seed once in the 10 different brackets. So
if you had to pick a bracket, yeah, which one's gonna be the blow up one?
region.
Yeah, region. I'm sorry.
That's why I
You gotta sign your name on
Midwest.
forgot. That's why. Yeah,
I'll go west. Everybody's saying Kansas,
blow up as in you don't know what's gonna happen.
Gonzaga,
Wild.
UCLA, Arkansas.
I think I told you. I think the East with Purdue because There's a chance Purdue loses early. I think Duke does lose early. I think Marquette does lose early. Tennessee's not any good. Who's the 3 seed? Who am I
So, I
forgetting?
mean, if you're talking
Who's the 3 seed?
They suck.
And Kansas State sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean, like there could be a double-digit Final Four team from that.
Who'd you guys
region.
say?
What?
I said that. I
I
said,
said
West.
West because
Or I said East. I said East.
Arkansas is coming out. So
So basically,
I
I
gotta
mean,
go
you're
with
looking
West.
for the region with the most vulnerable top seeds.
Which is Purdue. I'll admit to that. I think Purdue's the most vulnerable. I just don't think
I
that
think
is.
I'm going with the East for
I
that
think Kansas
reason.
is up there too, playing 6 or 7 dudes.
Yeah,
Repeat doesn't happen either, ever.
yeah.
It's only happened. It's something.
Florida did it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
but
They had
since
4 NBA players too.
since the UCLA years of like 10, I think it's only happened twice. It's like Duke did it in the 90s and Florida did it in the 2000s. Like, so it just doesn't happen.
Butler
Doesn't
almost
happen.
did it.
Butler got the championship 2 years in a row. Yeah, didn't win either. So
All right, guys. We'll come back on in about a month. Talk about baseball. Talk about IndyCar.
What?
NFL draft.
It'll be a month.
On, that's all I know.
if you do that, can I talk about something soccer related at least?
No.
I can't talk about
we
soccer.
can.
Well, soccer's a spring.
Hey, let me ask
I'm
you
not
this
talking about high school soccer. I'm talking about
question.
professional soccer.
Why are they building this stadium up there and using? They better not be using taxpayers' money
Who's paying
because
for it? Will?
Here
you're
we go.
building
Who's paying for
a
it?
50,000 seat arena when you can't get 1,200 people to come to your matches now.
Here we go.
I think
What are we
deep down,
talking
I think
In
deep,
Indy.
I think deep down the reason why they're trying to do it.
Talking the turf. And
No, what he's talking about.
No. I'm talking about Indy.
Who's paying for this turf?
I think deep down it's because
budgeted.
they just. It was. They just.
So was that?
There was-
Oh, never mind.
There was an MLS. There was an MLS expansion team that Indy 11 actually applied for recently. Didn't get it. I think they're setting up to try to be an MLS team here
Well, we
soon.
like to give things to people and then just take it away.
So that's why. That deep down, I think that's why. Indianapolis is a good professional city. It's a good pro city.
I get
I think
that.
they're trying to get in the MLS.
I think,
That's-
but I mean, I think it would be a better baseball professional city than a soccer city.
I agree with you, but
Nashville's the next baseball city.
we already have a baseball team though that isn't.
AAA.
I understand, but
We
they.
need to
Nashville will get one before Indy.
kill.
That'd be-
Can I take one of those?
These are sixes, bud. You can't handle sixes.
I can handle it just like I can handle the truth.
Chill.
All right, guys, let's jump.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks for
tuning in,
having
guys.
us. It was fun.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Love you. We
Portside
will
golf outing.
talk Portside Golf out April 29th. We need sponsors and teams.
Oh,
Get in there. So you can
Amber
lose to
Arthur hit
me.
you up about.
Hey, Friday night at Brick House on Main, $5
Yeah.
to get in. Food,
Newman.
drinks. Love you guys.
God
We'll see you
bless you,
soon.
Mike.